Will get lost in this place. This resort has been around for over 100 years. The history of the Greenbrier in general goes back to the Civil War era. It has a ton of amazing history. There have been numerous presidents to have visited here, both while they were in office, before and after. And this basketball event being put on by a group that hosts these sorts of events in different parts of the country called Intersport. The Gamecocks are linked up with the Intersport folks. So we played in their events, for instance, last year in Florida, 2 years ago in Arizona, and this year we're in West Virginia. And the Butler Bulldogs, like South Carolina, coming in here for a new experience, and yet these teams who have never placed or played against each other feels like a lot in common right now as far as where these two programs are.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, they started out 3-0. Then they sort of got ambushed by giving the game away against SMU. They lost 87-85. There's a complete different feel to this team as opposed to the last couple of years. They're stronger, faster, better on defense. Don't necessarily shoot the ball quite as well, but they are tough defensively and physical.
Like South Carolina, they had a rough year last year, and so they blew up the roster, and it's a whole new bunch of guys. Last year, Butler 15-20, 6-14 in the Big East, which put them in a tie for 8th place. And Thad Matta, a legendary head coach at Ohio State, who started his career as a head coach at Butler way back in the 2000-2001 season, returned to his alma mater to try and fix what ailed them, but so far, his first 4 seasons have not been able to turn things around. He's hoping that year number 5 is the year in which the Bulldogs return to what people became familiar with, which is a great basketball school that shocked bigger programs and earned their way into the Big East Conference based on the ability to make deep runs in the NCAA tournament, in fact, making it all the way to the national title game.
Well, you remember Thad Matta, there's a long story about him saying, why am I still doing this? I've been a coach for 57 years, and why am I getting my brains beat out? Why did I keep coming back to this? Because he loves the game, he loves his school, and when he walks into a gym, he's rejuvenated every day at his age.
The Bulldogs and the Gamecocks will tip it off at 2:05. For South Carolina, of course, it has been a great start. 80 points in each of the first 4 games for the first time since the 1970-71 season. But today's a step up in terms of the level of competition as you go against a squad from one of the power conferences. This weekend, I'm intrigued to see how this team matches up with the likes of Butler, and then on Sunday, the Northwestern Wildcats out of the Big Ten. But through 4 games, we have established a few things about this bunch, and that is that they pass the ball very, very well, and it has led to an entertaining style of offense for us to watch.
Pass the ball well and can shoot the ball well. I mean, we're averaging 20 assists a game, and the turnovers are only 11.5 a game. We protected the ball a little bit better than last year, or close to it. And that's going to be a factor in this game, but you can feel the cohesiveness of the players on this team.
It's, as we said, a ballroom, so there's not a ton of seating, but what seating there is starting to fill in pretty well. It looks like the Butler folks have brought a very nice contingent with them, and we know there were a lot of Gamecock fans who made the trip up with the team and have been here with us at the resort, and they'll be here to make some noise for the team in garnet and black as well. When we continue with more of the Countdown to Tip-Off show, we'll be heading back to the studio where Big Mike Collins has a check of the SEC notebook as well. Still to come, we'll hear from head coach Lamont Paris, and Casey returns with his keys to the game. But first off, right now, let's remind you that Food Lion Feeds has donated over 6.5 million meals to local college food pantries and food banks through the Food Lion Score to Give More program. For every free throw made by the Gamecocks this season, Food Lion Feeds will continue to donate 100 meals to feed our neighbors in need right here, or right there, I guess, in Columbia. And we'll return with more of the Countdown to Tip-Off show in just a moment, so stay with us.
We're getting you set for Gamecock basketball on the Countdown to Tip-Off show. Brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by Prisma Health, the official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks. We're back with more exclusive pregame coverage after this timeout on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at CertifiedSC.com.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
See, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome back to pregame coverage of Gamecock basketball. Time now to check on scores from around the country. Let's head back to the Learfield Network studios.
Mike Collins with you inside the Learfield Network studios as we check the SEC notebook ahead of South Carolina's match with Butler today. And taking a look at the Beatbox College scoreboard, showing scenes from around college basketball today. Beatbox, the original party punch, now for sale at Colonial Life Arena. It's party time. Looking at some matches ahead today in the SEC, 10th-ranked Florida faces Merrimack. That one will be at home for the Gators in Gainesville. 12th-ranked Kentucky, now 3-2 on the season. They will look to rebound after a drubbing 83-66 loss against Michigan State. Kentucky will have Loyola today in Lexington and look to improve their win total. Mississippi State dropping last night's game in the Hall of Fame Classic in Kansas City. They lose to Kansas State 98-77. They'll have the consolation game today against New Mexico. Arkansas on the season 4-1, but don't be fooled. That record is some lackluster wins as of late for the Razorbacks. A 79-75 win over Samford, and most recently an 84-83 win over Winthrop. Arkansas 4-1 on the season will look to get back into dominant fashion as they take on 0-4 Jackson State tonight in Fayetteville. LSU 4-0 on the season. They'll host Omaha later tonight. And Texas A&M at 3-2 on the season. They host Manhattan. Georgia 5-0 on the season. The Dogs will host Xavier tonight. Georgia, their schedule a bit of a misnomer. Only one power win on the season, 92-87 over Georgia Tech. So a good test for the Bulldogs tonight as they take on Xavier in the Charleston Children's Classic. Elsewhere in the SEC, handful of games from last night. 20th-ranked Tennessee, they beat Tennessee State 89-60. Vanderbilt, a big winner over Texas Southern, 109-74. Oklahoma, a winner over Oral Roberts, 95-71. And Missouri gets in over the century mark, 102-68 over South Dakota. Also going on today in the SEC, the 2025 SEC volleyball tournament takes place in Savannah, Georgia. South Carolina tips off against Alabama at the top of the hour, 2 p.m. 13 seed South Carolina finished the season 10-15 overall, 4-11 in SEC play. They take on the 12 seed Alabama. Winner of that one plays tomorrow against the 5 seed Florida Gators. Coming up on the other side, Derek Scott sits down with Lamont Paris to discuss today's matchup with the Butler Bulldogs. All that on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
You're tuned in to exclusive pregame coverage of South Carolina basketball. This is the Countdown to Tip-Off. Today's broadcast is brought to you by your Carolina Ford dealers. Whatever life throws at you, you got next in the Ford Bronco Sport. See your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Prisma Health, the official healthcare system and team physicians for the Gamecocks. We'll have more after these messages on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Gamecock fans, it's Brady Hunt, here to tell you all about Harrison's and Ariat. My role is all about versatility, and Ariat knows a thing or two about that, from rugged work boots and even casual shoes, plus tons of Western and casual clothes for the whole family. Ariat has it all, and nobody has more Ariat than Harrison's, the home of work, Western, and wow. Ariat and Harrison's are a winning combo for the job site, date night, the tailgate, and beyond. Shop Ariat at a Harrison's near you or at harrisonsusa.com.
Across South Carolina, there is a great need for parents willing to welcome teens and siblings into their families. Fostering and public adoption through DSS gives you the opportunity to share the wisdom and past knowledge to a youth during critical years that will shape who they will become. Teens need someone to bond with, someone to share their goals with, and someone to be the person they can count on into adulthood. To learn more, visit dss.sc.gov.
We're back to the action in 60 seconds after this local timeout. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off is just moments away. Now let's get the pregame thoughts of head coach Lamont Paris. With the coach, here's Derek Scott.
First question, have you ever played basketball in a ballroom?
I have. I mean, this is something similar to Atlantis, the Battle for Atlantis. We played in there. I don't know if someone had a tape measure. This one seems like it might be 6 to 12 inches lower, less clearance than Atlantis.
The ceiling, you mean?
Yes, the ceiling. So we'll see.
Yeah, there won't be great opportunities for length of the court shots.
3/4 court shots won't happen.
Right.
Half court's about as far as you're going to be able to get it.
How about the Butler Bulldogs? What can you tell us about your opponent today, a squad that we've never faced before?
Yeah, they have a good team. They got a lot of guys. They got good versatility. They can score. They got a really dynamic guard that can shoot and score. And then they got an interior guy that is very aggressive. He attacks the basket. Doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but he can make them if you get crazy and decide you're not going to guard him. So they got a good team. They got a good team. I think this is probably I don't want to speak for Thad, but it's probably the kind of team that he's happy that he was able to put together, and his kind of guys, and they're able to do the things that they want to do, and They got a good team. So it'll be a great test for us, great challenge, and our guys are excited about it.
When you get into one of these matchups where it is your first exposure, at least in the regular season, to a power conference school, is there anything almost you would say consistently that guys have to prepare for a little differently than what they've seen? Is there something that stands out about that level of play that is different, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think, again, I keep using the golf analogy that we're not worried about who's on the tee box with us. We're worried about playing the course and what we need to do to hit fairways or to get greens and regulations. Like, we got to worry about what we do. Bodies will be bigger, generally speaking. Our guys will probably be a little more juiced up to play a high major team. That's just how young people are. And so our energy should be good. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to still come down to are we improving in the areas that ultimately will determine how successful our season is going to be. And this will be a good test. They rebound the ball offensively really well, and so that's an area we have to get better at. They get out in transition they have this year. That's an area we have to get better at. And then, again, you're always fine-tuning just your general defensive principles.
Yeah, you talked to us before the last game about the importance of defensive rebounding and guarding your man.
Yeah.
And your team really responded in both of those categories. Is this another day where you feel like those two areas will be stressed?
Yeah, for sure. They got a power forward that really drives aggressively, and you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to stand your ground and move your feet and put your body in front of his body and do it hopefully without fouling most of the time. And they got a couple other guys that drive hard like that too. But then they got some guys that shoot, and then you get in this tournament. These rims are pretty firm. There's not a lot of give in these rims, so there'll be some long rebounds. And while that may benefit you as an offensive team in terms of rebounding, it can be a more of a challenge defensively in terms of securing rebounds that rebound long. And so it'll be a real good test for us to have an aggressive offensive rebounding team and see if we can do a good job against them.
First of two games here at the Greenbrier Resort. Looking forward to this one, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Absolutely. See you soon.
That's Lamont Paris. We're back with more of the Countdown to Tip-Off show after this timeout on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Don't go anywhere. The Gamecocks are back after these local messages on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Welcome back to the Countdown to Tip-Off show with Casey Manning. I'm Derek Scott. We are courtside at the Greenbrier, America's Resort. It's the Greenbrier Tip-Off, South Carolina, and Butler will get this event underway. And then following our contest, it'll be Virginia against the Northwestern Wildcats. It's time for today's Keys to the Game. They are brought to you by Toyota Casey, we don't know much about Butler yet, but you've been studying. What do you see? What do you have for us as far as what the Gamecocks have to do well to win?
Well, starting off is rebounding on both ends of the floor. We got to keep them off the offensive boards. We got to box them out, put some bodies on somebody. We got to sprint back in defensive transition. They love to push the ball, and we got to get back and protect it. On the ball defense, they are very versatile on offensive runs. They run a lot of different sets, so you got to be ready to defend the ball, stay in front of your man. We got to make them play against our half-court defense to slow them down. And as usual, turnovers are going to be important. Who gets in foul trouble, making free throws, and hitting threes will be big factors.
Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore setoyota.com. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. As we always do, let's talk a little bit about a Blanchard building block of SC, where we highlight a young South Carolina player who had an impact in the previous game and who we are watching closely today. I think we've got to turn our attention to Eli Ellis, who comes in averaging 13.5 points off the bench, leads this team in assists so far at 3.8. He is a guy who has exceeded all of my expectations through 4 games, but the deal changes today. It's a higher level of athlete he'll be competing against.
Well, you're absolutely right. Plus, they have film on him now. They know what he can do. So it's going to be a little bit tougher, but I think he's up to the challenge. He made a floater from the back corner the other night that I thought was spectacular. You just don't do that without having played a lot. And I think he's going to be up to the challenge. I don't care who guards him. And I think he's still going to try to take guys down low.
That is presented by Blanchard Machinery. We build SC. And that wraps things up for us here on the Countdown to Tip-Off program. Stay with us. This one gets underway for you at 1:05, and we'll be back to talk through the starting lineups and get to the play-by-play after this timeout on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner 3, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on this one.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Up.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! Throws it up off the glass and in. It circled the cylinder twice before it went in.
Oh, the swagger won't be stopped.
Kicks out right side. Michi moves his man with a fake. Lets the 3 fly and knocks it down. Corner 3. Studi on the way. Yes! Back to the basket he goes and he scores it off the glass.
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
To the rim. Lays it up and in with the right hand. Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Studi behind the ball screen. Steps into a 3. There's your answer. 4 threes for Miles Studi. And one.
This is South Carolina basketball on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Now, here's the voice of Gamecock basketball, Derek Scott.
From the beautiful mountains of the Mountain State, we bring you Gamecock basketball at the Greenbrier Resort in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. South Carolina visiting here to take on the Butler Bulldogs in the first of a two-game weekend set for Lamont Paris' squad, which comes into this game with a 4-0 record. The victory so far this year over North Carolina A&T, Southern Miss, Presbyterian, and Radford. Today, though, they play on the road for the first time, and they play against a power conference foe for the first time as they square off with longtime head coach Thad Matta and the Butler Bulldogs. It is a basketball court set in a ballroom. It is a very unique setting. You don't know what that will mean for the game itself as far as the different background for shooters. Some rims that we're told are very, very tight, not very forgiving for shooters. Could be a different kind of game than what we've experienced here. Certainly the level of competition is expected to ramp up.
Well, the level of competition is the main thing. These kids will adjust to the setting, the venue, there's no doubt about that. And, you know, everybody is so excited to be here. I don't know how many fans Butler brought, but they brought a bunch of them. And, you know, Thad Matta graduated from Butler in 1990 and coached at Ohio State for so many years. In fact, I ran into one of his daughters that was born in Franklin County, Ohio, when he was coaching there. So this is a unique venue. The first time playing the Butler Bulldogs, a national name out of the Big East. It should be an exciting unfolding here.
Yeah, Thad Matta took Ohio State to a national title game and 2 Final Fours. Of course, when he was in the Big Ten, Lamont Paris spent a bunch of years as an assistant coach at Wisconsin in the Big Ten. They know each other very well, and they've got squads this year that are similar in that they're both trying to bounce back from losing seasons a year ago, and they're doing so with basically new rosters and a lot of new pieces that have been asked to fit together. So far on both sides, the results have been very, very positive. Quickly right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield. South Carolina coming in averaging 85.5 points a game. Butler says, oh, really? Well, we're averaging 95.8 through 4 games. That would make you think it's going to be a track meet. As we said, you just don't know because they're both facing a level of competition they haven't seen really much of. South Carolina, of course, had NC State in an exhibition. Butler faced SMU from the ACC their last time out. A lot of unknowns, a lot of question marks, anxious to try and fill in the blank spots here today.
And I think what happened against SMU when they lost 87-85, they sort of gave it away at the end with turnovers and making mistakes, but they probably profited from that the same way that we did from the exhibition game against NC State.
From a venue that's existed since 1913. We're ready for some basketball of all things, and we'll have the starting lineups and the play-by-play coming your way after this message from our friends at Coca-Cola.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This is Joyce Edwards for Terminix Service. On the court, we celebrate the pest player of the game. But at home, you need a slam dunk when it comes to pests. Terminix is the most trusted name in termite and pest control in the Carolinas. Don't wait for a rebound. Call Terminix today for your free inspection. Visit trustterminix.com or call 1-800-TERMINX. Tell them Joyce sent you and you'll get $50 off your initial pest service. Go Gamecocks.
We're back to the action in 60 seconds after this local timeout. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Got him! And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's meet the starting lineups for today's matchup in the opener here of the Greenbrier tip-off. First for the Butler Bulldogs with a record of 3-1. Thad Mott is in his 5th season at his alma mater, his 21st season overall as a head coach. He'll have Jalen Jackson, a point guard, 6'2", grad student from Fort Wayne, Indiana, who played at Purdue Fort Wayne the last few years and transferred over to be the point guard for the Bulldogs. The wings will be Jamie Kaiser Jr., 6'6", 205, redshirt sophomore from Burke, Virginia. So he is a transfer from Maryland who sat out last season, averaging 11.5 points and 5 rebounds per contest. Jackson, by the way, the point guard, 9 points a game and just under 5 assists per game. The other wing is Finley Bizjack, 6'4", junior from Trophy Club, Texas, a team-high 15 points per game. Up front, Michael Ajayi, 6'7", 235, chiseled. Grad transfer from Gonzaga. He's originally from Kent, Washington, averaging a double-double. 14.8 points a game and 11.8 rebounds per game. And joining him up front, Drayton Jones, who's 6'11 and 250, a junior from Houston, Texas. He played at South Carolina State in Orangeburg the last 2 years and has transferred up to Butler as well. Drayton Jones averages 5 points and 5 rebounds per contest. For the Gamecocks, under head coach Lamont Paris in his 4th season in Columbia, a record of 4-0. Michi Johnson is the point guard, 6'2", redshirt senior from Cleveland, Ohio, leading the team in scoring at 14.5 points a game and also in assists at 3.8 per game. On one wing, Kobe Knox, 6'5", redshirt senior from Tampa, 7.8 points per contest, 3.5 assists per game. The other wing, Mike Sharavjamps, 6'9", senior from Mongolia, averaging 11.5 points and a team-high 6 rebounds per contest. Up front, Miles Studi, 6'7", redshirt senior from Washington, D.C., just under 9 points and 4 rebounds a game. And Hayden Asemian, 6'6", 230, freshman from Greenville, just under 3 points a game and 5.5 rebounds per contest. Our officials today here at the Greenbrier, Olandis Poole, Tim Clockerty, Tim Comer. Gamecocks will be in white. They're wearing the uniforms that were first brought out about 5 years ago that are throwbacks to the era in which my partner played. They are white with garnet numerals, lettering, and trim. And Butler, meanwhile, will be in the dark blue uniforms with white numerals and letters and the Bulldog logo at the bottom outside of the shorts. The real Bulldog, by the way, he's here today. He's been roaming around the Greenbrier Resort since we got here on Wednesday
I've met him and said hello, actually.
I'm not surprised by that somehow. He'll probably had a lot to talk about. So we are just about ready to get this one started. It'll be Hayden Asemian in the center jump circle against Drayton Jones. I tell you, Casey, from SC State to Butler, I know the transfer portal there are stories like this everywhere, but every once in a while, every game, every roster, you pick up on somebody that kind of grabs your attention for whatever reason, and certainly Drayton Jones got my attention, leaving the Bulldogs program in Orangeburg to head to the other Bulldogs in Indianapolis.
When you're 6'11" and weigh what he does, I mean, you can go just about anywhere.
All right, we're ready to go. Our official walks in with the basketball. Simeon and Jones go high for it. It is won and then lost out of bounds. Last touched by Sharav Jumps. It was a free-for-all chasing that basketball over to the near sideline and was last touched by Mike, and so Butler will have the first possession of the game. Carolina will open in a man-to-man. Jalen Jackson, the point guard. He was last year the leading scorer in the Horizon League at Purdue-Fort Wayne. Here's a drive and a dish, and a ball deflected out of bounds by Michi Johnson. Good rotations defensively there, as Butler tried to run a little wheel play where the player down low pops into the high post and the man high cuts back door to the basket. Michi switched off, deflected it away, and so Butler inbounds from underneath the hoop. Jackson brings it out to quarter court near side. They'll force him to go left. He loses the handle on the dribble, regains it, gives it off to Ajayi, who juggles it. He's working against Studi. Double teamed, lobs it out, shot clock at 2. A 3-ball from the left wing is up, and that comes up well short, but there's an offensive rebound, and the stick back is good for Jamie Kaiser.
Good defensive stance, but it sort of slipped away at the end with a few seconds to go.
Well, Lamont Paris has said in our pregame interview he has concern about Butler's strength, physicality, and ability to crash the offensive glass, and they score off their first offensive rebound here. So Michi Johnson runs the offense for the Gamecocks. He and Sharav Jumps share a lot of the ball handling, and Sharav Jumps has it now out top. Feeds a right wing, Kobe Knox. Knox fires it cross court to Studi. 3-ball left corner. That is off the iron and rebounded by Butler. Ajayi rebounds it. He's going to go coast to coast, and Sharav Jumps bumps him on his way down court.
He's very aggressive going to the basket, Ajayi.
Yeah, he only knows one speed, man. That is straight ahead, full go. And he is a big enough guy that he can do that. 4 consecutive double-doubles to start the season for Ajayi. So the Bulldogs inbounded again under the basket, and from the right wing it's Ajayi working against Studi. Misses the floater from the baseline, but there's another offensive rebound. That is Drayton Jones who got it. He finds Jackson cutting to the basket. Jackson crashes into a Gamecock. Now the ball is put up, and Jones and the Gamecocks reject it.
They're letting them play.
They sure are. Block shot looked like for Carolina. I haven't seen who they credit it to. Looks like they'll give it to Sharav Jumps. So thankfully Mike didn't get a second personal foul right there. Butler really with a lot of ball pressure here in the first couple trips for the Gamecocks as Michi Johnson takes a dribble to the right baseline. Now they'll send it back out top and reverse it. Kobe Knox drives, lobs for a Simeon who gets his man off his feet and goes up and under and scores it with the left hand.
Good patient decision by Simeon.
Yeah, he took his time there. Little subtle ball fake. Defense was off balance and he scores it. Just rolled it over the back of the rim and in. So we're tied at 2. As Ajayi will try a 3-ball from the left corner. That's too strong, but there's another offensive rebound. They've already got 3 of them, and Jackson will shoot a floater as he crashes into the lane, and he gets it to go. Jalen Jackson, for a guy who averaged 19 points a game last year and is a point guard, he doesn't shoot the 3. He's focused on taking the ball to the rim as he did there. 4-2 Butler. Gamecocks working to the basket to our right. Michi trying to get free. Will try a long 3 from the left side. That's too strong. Offensive rebound, though, by Kobe Knox, and he puts it back up and in all in one motion. Michi was out there probably 25 feet at least. And with these stiff rims, long rebounds are going to be a factor. So we said Butler's already got 3 offensive rebounds, and now Carolina's got 1 and a basket to go with it. Here is Jackson with a powerful drive to the hoop. Well, he went through contact there and puts it in with the finger roll.
He's impressive.
Physical player himself. He and Ajayi, those are a couple guys that look like the old Big Ten mentality as far as basketball. Not a ton of athleticism, but they are bulls. A Simeon, low post, catches, double team, skips it out to Sharav Jumps. He'll try a 3. That rattles out. Rebound grab by the Bulldogs, and they'll bring it up court. 6-4. Butler has the lead, and the Gamecocks poke the ball free on the left side from Jackson and out of bounds. It will stay with the Bulldogs. Nordin Kapich, the 6'8", 240-pound senior from Vienna, Austria, will check in for South Carolina. He'll replace Hayden Simeon, and now Eli Ellis up off the bench. And the freshman guard from Hickory, North Carolina, replaces Sharav Jumps. Butler made a couple changes as well. They've got Johan Traore, 6'11", 240-pound senior center on the floor. He's from France. He replaces, of course, Jones, and they lob it to him immediately. He catches it on the low post, backs in, left-hand shot up, misses. Another offensive rebound, and the stick back won't go, but he's fouled by Capich.
Well, it's obvious that's what it is, Vince, going to the offensive boards. And we've got to put bodies on people.
Yeah, Gamecocks really getting out physical right now. And already we see for Butler 4 offensive rebounds. And 2 free throws upcoming here for Traore, who is a 59% shooter at the line. First one too strong. I'm telling you, these are going to be a low shooting percentage day for everybody, I think. Those rims, they are so firm. Long rebounds are going to be the key on both sides. Traore gets 1 of 2. And the other thing I'll say is you might be better off shooting it from close range than you are from distance. 7-4, Gamecocks trail. We've played 4 minutes. Meechie Johnson out top, feeds Studi right at the key. Fires it in the far corner to Kobe Knox. He'll drive into the paint. Pull-up jumper from close range. Shot won't go, but he was fouled. He'll be at the line when we return. Gamecocks trailing at 7-4. Cool Care Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Proud to be Gamecock Basketball's official review sponsor this season. Schedule an official review of your HVAC and plumbing systems for the upcoming season. You can call them at 803-772-7715 or visit them online at coolcarehvac.com. And we're back after this from Toyota.
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get 1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through December 1st, 2025. Offer entitles 1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Trapped on the corner, kicks it out to a Simeon. Top of the key, Meechie from 30 feet. Bingo!
Hey, Gamecock fans. It's your men's basketball coach, Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, the team and I are proud to support our hometown airport. With 10 nonstop destinations, CAE makes it easy to get where you're going. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and a full list of nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Hey college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Go Gamecocks! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus, enjoy responsibly.
Gamecocks will have Kobe Knox at the free throw line when play resumes. That personal foul was picked up by Jalen Jackson, the Butler point guard. That was the first foul of the contest called against Butler. Gamecocks have been whistled for a couple fouls. Casey, so far the story of the game, offensive rebounding.
Well, 4 offensive rebounds out of 6 by the Bulldogs, and we only have 2 total rebounds from the defensive end. So we knew that was going to be a problem, or we anticipated it was going to be a problem. We got to find a way to keep them off the board by boxing them out.
There have been 11 points scored so far in this contest. 7 of them have come off of putbacks, second chance points. So it is definitely the big factor here so far. Backstreet's Grill, of course, the host of Carolina Calls. Todd Ellis and Shane Beamer were there last night. They're a proud partner of Gamecock Athletics, featuring a wide selection of wine and local craft beers, some scratch-made food, and always a family-friendly atmosphere. 2400 Divine Street, that's where you'll find them. They're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Kobe Knox at the line, where he has been excellent so far this season, and he sinks his first. That makes him 16 of 18 on the year.
Yep.
That'll play. Second one rattles in as well. He avoids the announcer jinx. Pulls the Gamecocks within 1 at 7-6. So it's Ellis and Meechie Johnson in the backcourt, Studi, Capich, and Knox, the other 3 on the floor. As Butler sets up the offense. New man on the court, Xavier Robinson. But don't call him a Xavier. He is Stink Robinson. Yes, Stink. He's a freshman. He's in the backcourt now. They go to Traore, who backs down Capich. Great spin move to get to the baseline and scores it.
Very measured move, took his time.
Yeah, they like the ISO move there, and Traore's bigger than Capich and was quicker with that spin move. Pretty nifty move for a guy who's 6'11". 9-6 your score. Knox on the left wing. Butler switching a lot defensively right now. Gamecocks still trying to figure it out as Michi will drive to the rim and couldn't finish. Boy, a lot of contact, no call. Butler grabs the rebound in here, or they come the other way. This is Bizjack running to the rim. He misses. Kobe Knox rebounds. Long outlet pass ahead to Michi. He'll go to the rim again, and through contact, he's fouled. He went right at Stink Robinson. He didn't get the call the last time. That may have impacted the thinking of the official that time, Olandis Poole, because Butler folks thought they had a jump ball. But instead, it'll be the foul on Robinson, and Michi will shoot two. Michi wearing the white headband. That's become a pretty regular part of his look this year. Misses his first free throw.
He's only shooting 60% from the foul line, which is unusual for him. He's got to find his groove.
He's always been, at least in his Gamecock career, very streaky. At times, just locked in. At other times, it doesn't look as smooth or as confident. Second shot, missed that too. So Michi goes 0 for 2. Gamecocks on the year have been very good at the line, 77.5%, which puts them top 50 or top 55 in the nation. 9-6 Butler. Bulldogs with the basketball. On the near side wing, this is Yame Butler. Butler for Butler. Just checked in. Now they swing it on the far wing. That's the right side. Stink Robinson drives, lobs to the left baseline. Traore puts up the jump hook, misses it. There's an offensive rebound and a stick back that won't go, and now the ball lost out of bounds. It's last touched by South Carolina. Again, that was Michael Ajayi just looking stronger on the offensive glass than the Gamecocks. Michi gets a break. We'll see checking in for South Carolina, freshman Grant Polk. 6'6" sharpshooter. And now Jordan Butler comes in and he replaces Studi. 20 on the shot clock for Butler as they inbound from the baseline. And they're going to get a layup out of it. They ran the set play, and the second man through in the cycle was Evan Haywood, sophomore from Carmel, Indiana. Off the bench, he gets the easy layup. Good-looking set there to get an easy bucket off of the baseline inbounds.
The Bulldogs have the early momentum.
11-6 the score. Eli Ellis out top, guarded by Ajayi right now. And he'll try and drive, and he'll get to the baseline. Can't find a shooting angle, though. And he'll go up and under and misses the finger roll, but the offensive rebound for Grant Polk. Gets his man off his feet. Can't finish, but he was fouled. Good second effort there. Ellis somehow found a way to get himself a crafty shot at the rim. Couldn't finish it, but it created the second chance opportunity for Polk. Polk gets 2. And Stink Robinson gets his second personal. Polk's free throw rattles out. I'm telling you, you have to swish everything here or it's not going to stay in the rim. These rims are beyond tight. Capich out. Elijah Strong checks in for South Carolina. 6'8", 250-pound junior from Charlotte. Polk better the second time and gets that free throw. Stops the drought for the Gamecocks. They hadn't scored in over 2 minutes. Cuts the deficit to 4, 11-7. Jalen Jackson back on the floor at point guard for Butler after Stink Robinson got those 2 personals. Here's a 3 from the top of the key from the Bulldogs that is missed, and the rebound lost out of bounds by South Carolina. Again, Butler just looks physically stronger, and that time it was Drayton Jones who's back in there at 6'11", and he forced Elijah Strong to tip that rebound out of bounds. And here they come again with the baseline out of bounds, and they get a foul as Yame Butler caught the pass and just basically buried his shoulder into Grant Polk and forced the officials to blow the whistle.
On the line for 2 shots for Butler, number 8. Yame Butler.
Yame Butler is a grad transfer from Drexel. Played 3 seasons for the Dragons. First free throw rattles in for Butler. He's one of the old dudes in college basketball, 24 years old. Second free throw is good for Butler as well. And the lead reaches 6, largest of the contest here early on for the Bulldogs. Sharov jumps, takes a handoff on the right wing from Strong, now lobs it out top to Ellis. He'll give to Butler at the top of the key. Butler sends it on to Polk. Shot clock goes to single digits. Ellis finds Strong for a pick and pop 3, the top of the key. That's off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Jordan Butler, and the 7-footer puts it back up and in.
We needed that, and that was a tough play by Jordan.
He is getting more aggressive and willing to play around the rim. Open 3 left side for Butler, and that misses badly for Keith, who just came in. Jackson Keith, and Strong gets the rebound on the weak side, and that wasn't an easy rebound to get because it barely drew iron. Here's Ellis driving to the rim. He gets there, he can't finish, but he was fouled. Polk and Ellis, the 2 freshmen, running the 2-man game there, and it results in Eli Ellis getting back to the line.
Number 8.
Yame Butler gets his first. Gamecocks getting to the line a bunch early on. Now they've got to start making more of them. They are 3 of 6 so far. Ellis rattles his first one in.
He was 16 for 18, now 17 for 19 on the year.
Food Lion, the proud sponsor of the Score to Give More program. Every free throw that goes in for the Gamecocks today means Food Lion Feeds donates 100 meals to a local college food pantry or food bank. Ellis has to settle for 1 of 2 as that one rims out. So it's 13-10, 12 and a half minutes left. First half of play here on this Friday afternoon. Glad you could be along with us here on the Gamecock Sports Network. Jalen Jackson with a nifty move, blows the bunny, rebound tipped up, and it won't go back in either for Jackson Keith. And finally, Jordan Butler comes away with a rebound.
Dodged about 3 bullets that time?
Yes, I would say so. Certainly Jackson getting to the rim looked good. Jordan Butler for 3 from deep left side. No, Butler has the rebound, and I don't mean Jordan, I mean the Bulldogs. That could be a handful all day to deal with. There is a feed from the left wing into the post, and the big fella, Drayton Jones, draws contact, and he will be at the line when we come back. 13-10, Gamecocks trailing with 11:57 remaining here in the first half of play, and we'll be returning to the Greenbrier after this from the South Carolina Department of Social Services.
Across South Carolina, there is a great need for parents willing to welcome teens and siblings into their families. Fostering and public adoption through DSS gives you the opportunity to share the wisdom and pass knowledge to a youth during critical years that will shape who they will become. Teens need someone to bond with, someone to share their goals with, and someone to be the person they can count on into adulthood. To learn more, visit dss.sc.gov.
Don't go anywhere. The Gamecocks are back after these local messages on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey y'all, I'm Nick Harbor, wide receiver for the USC Gamecocks. You know me from being pretty fast on the field, but I make a lot of quick decisions on how I spend my free time around Columbia, South Carolina. Should I fill up with a pimento cheeseburger or a pimento cheese pizza? Will I spend my all-season Saturday mornings at Soda City Market or floating down the river? Turns out, you don't have to just choose one. Plan your quick getaway at ExperienceColumbiaSC.com. Just make sure you save some time to watch the Gamecocks play.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner 3, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on this one.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Right now we're having ourselves a bright, clear Sansbury Day, which reminds me to tell you that Sansbury is the official Gamecock eye care provider. We really got to see, so we see Sansbury. We've got an interesting angle to see here. We are staring through a railing. Obviously, again, it's basketball in a ballroom, so it's going to be unique. And if they're going to put us up on this riser above the temporary bleachers, well, I feel good about the safety aspect of putting a railing up here because it's a little wobbly, but that also means because we don't have something like director's chairs to set us up higher, you can either stand or you can watch the game through the railing, and so far that's what we've chose to do.
Through the railing. And speaking of threes, they're 0 for 4, we're 0 for 5. The difference has been rebounding and free throws. So 14-7. They have 8 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and at the line is Drayton Jones, the big fella. Last year at South Carolina State, first team all MEAC and also on the all defensive team. He's a big-time shot blocker for the Bulldogs and makes his first free throw. He got to the free throw line for the Bulldogs of South Carolina State last year 227 times. So living at the line, nothing unusual. Both teams have been at the stripe a bunch in this one, and the big fella makes both. Pretty good-looking touch for someone who's 6'11", and he's now 9 of 11 on the season. And Butler, 5 of 6 at the stripe. Gamecocks 4 of 8. The lead back to 5 for Butler. Mike Sharovjomps is back on the floor for South Carolina. Elijah Strong holding the ball at the top of the key. Takes a handoff to Eli Ellis on the right wing. Eli working against Jalen Jackson. Sends it off to Sharovjomps. Mike drives, kicks out to Strong. He'll try a 3 from left to the key. That rattles off. Eli Ellis chases the rebound, dives to save it inbounds, cannot. Folks, I'm telling you, it is hand-to-hand combat out there when the ball is going up for a shot because threes just aren't falling for anybody right now.
Not one 3 has been made in this game.
And Carolina has attempted 6 of them already. 15-10. Butler with the ball and the lead, and here's Jackson with a pull-up shot that comes up short, and the rebound batted out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Carolina gets it back.
We're 1 for our last 7 from the field, and 0 for their last 5, and 1 for their last 9.
Jordan Butler checks out. Miles Studi will return. Full court pressure. Looks like the Bulldogs will show as Sharovjomps inbounds. Brings it into Eli Ellis, and now everybody drops back, so it'll just be Jackson crowding Ellis as Eli looks to bring it up court. Gets it across the midcourt line. Being hounded, though. Shot clock down to 18 as he starts the offense with a pass to Sharovjomps. Studi, right of the key. Sharovjomps posting up. Gets it on the block. Backs in. Has the ball stolen away, and there's a holding call against Jamie Kaiser Jr.
You said hand-to-hand earlier. They play tough.
Yeah, it's a lot of physicality. And that is the 5th foul on Butler. So the Gamecocks will have it on the baseline. Grant Polk checks out as Meechie Johnson returns. Meechie triggers the inbounds to Studi on the near side wing. Now top to Sharovjomps, and it's Meechie, right of the key. Gives it back to Sharovjomps. He'll drive to the basket. Pulls up, reverse, jump hook on the baseline is good for Mike.
We needed that.
First bucket of the game for Sharovjomps. Carolina back within 3 at 15-12. Finley Bizjack, leading scorer on the season for Butler, but he hasn't scored in this game. He feeds it down low to Ajayi. Ajayi throws up a prayer looking for a foul. Didn't get the call, but he banks the shot in over Sharovjomps. Michael Ajayi gets his first 2. Lead back to 5, 17-12, and now a foul on Jalen Jackson, and that'll be 2 as he was, again, crowding Meechie Johnson out top, and Meechie always likes that quick shot fake and then drive to his right. And so that means Jalen Jackson and his backup, Stink Robinson, both have 2 fouls. Jackson will sit down. They'll bring Robinson back in.
Who can make the foul shots in this game might be very, very important.
You're not kidding. Midway through the first half, 17-12, Gamecocks trail. Meechie from the right side, thought about a 3, gives it off to Eli. Eli fakes a 3. Defense there. Meechie deep out top, rattles one in. That's a solid 26 feet away. Gamecocks need it if they get their first 3, and it comes from the Meech. Threechy Johnson, as they called him when he was here, though, in his first tour of duty, and the crowd in Garnet and Black comes to its feet. Gamecocks back within 2 at 17-15. Here's a drive to the basket by Ajayi and a charge taken by Sharif Jumps. Ajayi kind of knocked Strong out of the way first and then charged toward the basket. And Sharif Jumps stepped in and absorbed the contact.
The play out there has not been for the meek, I can tell you.
Boy, and Thad Mata is beside himself. He is questioning, I guess, whether Sharif Jumps was inside of the protected area, that little half circle, that if you are inside of that when the contact is made, then it cannot be a charge call. And I assume they're going to take another look at it. Both teams are going back to their benches. And the officials are huddling up right now midcourt to talk about it. And now our lead official, Olandis Poole, will go back over and talk with Thad Mata again. Signorama is your one-stop shop to grow your business. They design, print, install, and service all of your signage and graphic solutions needs. You can rely on Matt and his team, just as Gamecock Athletics has for so many years. Contact your local Columbia independently owned Signorama today. The conversation continues, and it looks like, are they going to go to the monitor? Looks like we will have, indeed, our first replay review. And this is brought to you, of course, by Cool Care. Call Cool Care to assist with your HVAC and plumbing needs. They offer free estimates and free second opinions. Cool Care also offers 100% financing with credit approval. Locally owned and operated, Cool Care has been serving South Carolina for over 25 years. For more information on these and other services, please call Cool Care 803-772-7715 or visit coolcarehvac.com. All right, so they're out of their huddle. They've looked at the monitor. I don't think we have a microphone for the referee down here to tell us, as we've gotten at Colonial Life Arena, what they have determined. But it looks like they're reversing the call based on the Butler huddle seeming to be happy with the outcome of this. So, yes, they've reversed the call, and it'll be Mike Sharif Jumps collecting his second personal foul. But that's a heck of a swing. And Lamont Parrish not at all pleased about it. And he is talking now with Olandis Poole. And I think the question becomes, did Butler use a challenge there? Because if so, it was never announced, or did they somehow talk the officials into going to look at it themselves? Either way, free throws upcoming for Michael Ajayi.
It's a pivotal play in this first half.
Ajayi is so physical that you have to try and take charges against him because, again, we talked about it earlier, he goes straight ahead, full speed at all times. The only thing that could possibly slow him down, he's too broad-chested to think you're going to bang with him and win those battles. He short arms this free throw.
Well, you're 6'7" and 235, you're solidly good.
Yeah, man. And I mean, from the waist up to the shoulders, man, he expands. He is a broad-shouldered dude. Began his career at Pepperdine. He was first-team All-West Coast Conference there a couple years ago. Rattles the second free throw in. Actually led the West Coast Conference in scoring 2 years ago, 17 a game. And Gonzaga talked him into leaving Pepperdine and coming to play for them in the same conference, and he didn't have a great year. Gamecocks with some great ball movement. Kobe Knox crashes in the lane. Lots of contact there. No foul called. Ajayi grabs the rebound, and he charges ahead with it. Leaves it out top. Bizjack drives into the paint. Feeds in the low post. Gamecocks with good job defensively to rotate. And Ajayi, being double-teamed, has to kick it back out. Eli Ellis in a bad mismatch, trying to guard the big, broad-shouldered Ajayi under the basket. Forced him to give it up once, but then they fed it right back to him, and Eli collects the personal. First on Eli, sixth on the Gamecocks, so both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. 18-15 your score, Bulldogs leading at the 8:57 mark. Gamecocks have not led in this contest, trailed by as many as 6. Robinson, the trigger man from the baseline, feeds it out to Ajayi. He's bumped by Strong, begs for a call, doesn't get it, now drives around Strong and gets to the rim, and that's another bucket for Michael Ajayi.
Ajayi's been a load this half. We got to figure out a way to slow him down.
Hey, you got to move your feet and stay in front of him. Strong was trying to guard with his arms, and that won't work. And the Gamecocks now will turn it over as Michi drove it deep in the paint and then shuffled his feet. The traveling violation by the Gamecocks is their first turnover of the contest. Neither team had turned the ball over prior to that possession. So Butler with the 5-point lead and the basketball. Bizjack out top. Gives to Ajayi, who rolls to the rim, misses. Rebound fought for, lost out of bounds. Who? Neither official seems to know. Now they'll give it to Butler. This game right now is just being decided by strength. And every loose ball, Butler either wins it or South Carolina is the last to touch it as it goes out of bounds. A 3-ball is up and good for Butler. That is Jack McCaffrey. And that pushes the lead out to 8. Largest of the contest for the Bulldogs. 6-0 run for Butler. Gamecocks need a hoop in the worst way as we come down to the 8-minute mark. Freshman Hayden Assemian back on the floor for South Carolina. Eli Ellis out top. Drives under the basket against McCaffrey. Puts his shoulder into him. Puts it high off the glass. It won't go. Rebound tip out of bounds. Last touch by Butler. Gamecocks will keep it when we come back. 7:48 remaining first half. 23-15 your score. Butler has the lead, and we'll return after this from Ticketmaster.
Gamecock basketball is here, and you can be in Colonial Life Arena live for all the action. Catch every electrifying dunk, three-point shot, and every game-winning buzzer beater live in the stands, and cheer on your Gamecocks all season long as they battle to get back to the postseason this March. Grab your tickets now through the official mobile app or on Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of your South Carolina Gamecocks.
Gamecock fans, Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP game day experience this basketball season. Visit USCcontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will receive a special invitation to Coach's radio show, tickets to that weekend's game, hotel accommodations, and a unique opportunity to join Cocky on the sideline during pregame. Visit USCcontest.com to register today. Cocky's game day guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Gamecocks haven't scored in 2 minutes. Butler's ran off 6 in a row, and they have their largest lead of the contest at 23-15. Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP experience again this basketball season. If you've never participated in this promotion, you really need to, folks. Get your computer, get your phone, log in, usccontest.com. Once you're there, you can register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Our winner will get a special invitation to the Coach's radio show, tickets to a weekend game, and a unique opportunity to join Cocky on the court during pregame. Visit usccontest.com. Register today. Cocky's Game Day Guest brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. They're here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Speaking of mascots on the court, Butler's Bulldog, the live version, riding around in a miniature remote control convertible on the court during timeouts. Crowd enjoys that part thoroughly, no matter who you're cheering for. Gamecocks inbounding from underneath the hoop and throw it away. Michi Johnson, though, chases it down at midcourt. Who'd they call the foul on? They called that on Kobe Knox? Yeah. Michi looked like he was in pretty good position to have claimed the basketball there, but Knox apparently held somebody, thinking it was going to be a run-out opportunity off the turnover. And so Knox's first personal sends the Bulldogs to the line for a one-and-bonus opportunity. Looking to add to their 8-point lead, and they will. That is Yame Butler sinking his third free throw in a row. Bulldogs make both, and they have certainly had the better of it at the free throw line now. 8 of 10. Gamecocks 4 of 8. Carolina hasn't been to the line in a while. They were getting there consistently earlier, not necessarily making them. Right now they need points anywhere they can get them. Michi at the top of the key, fakes left, drives right. Tries to get his man off his feet, does not. Ajayi rejects his shot, and here comes Butler running the other way. They lob it ahead. Kaiser at the rim gets his man off his feet and scores it with the left hand.
Well, that's going to call for a timeout.
Lamont Paris will use the timeout with 7:17 left. The run for the Bulldogs has reached 10 consecutive points, and they have it going in all directions right now.
Well, especially off the boards. 18-9 on the rebounding. 9 offensive rebounds has led to at least 12 second chance points.
And they haven't turned the ball over even once. And this is a team that came in averaging 15 turnovers a game against lesser competition, but they have looked very secure in their handles so far in this one. What does farm to table mean to you, Gamecock fans? Thanks to South Carolina farmers and chefs, you can enjoy locally grown food at any table, including tailgates. Visit CertifiedSC.com. It's a matter of taste. Gamecocks offensively really struggling to find space to operate. Only 5 of 16, from the field. And 1 made three-pointer in 7 attempts. Early in the year, they were relying heavily on the three and making a bunch of them. They had 33s in their first 2 games, plus a bunch more in the exhibition against NC State. Looking more at 2-point field goals the last game or 2. But today, doesn't matter whether it's a 3 or 2, they haven't been able to get anything going. Michi again, guarded by the much larger Michael Ajayi, who just blocked his shot on the last possession, and he'll try him again. Again, Ajayi stays on the ground on the pump fake, but he does get called for the foul. And so Michi will go back to the line to shoot 2. He missed his previous 2 opportunities. Trying to snap this 10-0 drought.
And 12-point deficit. I mean, this is a critical part of this first half.
Michi takes his time, draws back, and fires one in. Sharovjomps returns with those 2 fouls. He will replace Eli Ellis. Michi looking for his 5th point of the half, and he gets it. So Johnson makes a pair. Carolina back within 10 at 27-17, and now they need to stop. Yame Butler out top, guarded by Sharovjomps, gives it off to Ajayi. He'll take a power dribble, put up a mid-range jumper that misses, and Studi has the uncontested rebound. Haven't seen many of those where a Gamecock goes up and grabs it, nobody's fighting for the basketball. Michi again going to work. Looking to drive, kicks out to Sharovjomps. Now Michi gets it back. He'll try another deep 3. That one's off the rim, no good. And Knox and Sharovjomps maybe got tangled up with each other. And Butler comes away with that rebound. I thought we were going to see an offensive board. Now Michi picks the pocket of Stink Robinson, and he'll go end to end. And his reverse layup is good.
Well, Michi is warming up a little bit now.
Gamecocks oftentimes will go the way of their leader, number 5. He's run off 4 points in a row, and a cheap foul called on South Carolina. Oh, mercy.
You're right, that was a walk.
Ajayi was completely out of control, charging to the basket, as we've talked about him doing most of his offensive possessions, and he tried an awkward spin move and lost his balance, and they bailed him out by calling the foul on Kobe Knox. That's an absolutely atrocious call, and Lamont Paris talking to the official who made it, but I'm surprised he's not a little more steamed than he is, because right now Ajayi is being allowed to just play bully ball with everybody, and he sinks another free throw. Robinson sits down. Evan Haywood returns for Butler. Ajayi Deep breath, one dribble, shoots it up. That's too strong, and Sharif Jumps grabs the rebound. Mike brings it up court himself. Sharif Jumps sends it on to Michi on the left wing. They clear out. Priest Sandako's on the floor for South Carolina. Here goes Sharif Jumps, posting up, spins under the basket. Reverse layup is good, and he's fouled.
Very wise play. They're playing so hard on the perimeter, so tight. The back door is open, and if you can get it down low to a guy cutting, we can score some points.
That was a set play, wasn't it? The clear out, give Sharif Jumps all the room on the baseline. They brought Asandako way out top. Haywood, guilty party on that personal foul. Mike trying to convert the three-point play. Free throw up, and no, too strong. And the rebound grab by Butler, and here they come. Yame Butler races ahead. Now gives it off to Ajayi. Left side, Haywood. Lets a three-ball fly. It's no good. Asandako has the rebound. Priest ought to be able to bang with him in there, right? 7 feet 290. Michi driving and kicking. 3-ball for Sharif Jumps. Misses from the right side, and the rebound belongs to Ajayi. And he'll bring it ahead. And Studi cuts him off, and he nearly loses it out of bounds. The crossover handle and a foul called on Studi. Boy, Ajayi,
he is a load.
He is a load, isn't he? He's got a heck of a handle as well for a guy his size. Studi's first personal, 9th on the Gamecocks. So I think this is a 1 bonus for Ajayi, who is 2 of 4 at the line so far and has 6 points. You got a screen out here in case this is a miss, because it could be a long rebound coming back out towards the shooter. He lets it fly. He short arms it, and the rebound is not a long rebound. Good for South Carolina. Sharif Jumps claims it. Down 7. 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Gamecocks trying to chip away at a deficit that reached double figures a couple minutes ago. Here's Michi driving to the hoop, cut off, feeds out top, bad pass, stolen away by Finley Bizjack, and here come the Bulldogs in transition, and Traore at the rim is fouled. He cannot finish. Asandako banged him there, and Traore will go to the line. Not a great passing decision there from Michi. He's driving himself into trouble because Butler's staying on the ground. They are not going for ball fakes, and then he's put in a position where he doesn't have good passing angles. Traore misses the first free throw. Jordan Butler returns for South Carolina. Miles Studi will sit down. So they're going to have the 2 7-footers in there together now, Asandako and Butler. Second free throw for Traore. Got that one. 4 points off the bench for Johan Traore. 29-21 Bulldogs. Sharif Jumps brings it up court. Right wing, feeds in the corner to Knox. Back out to Sharif Jumps on the wing. Michi left side, and a foul away from the basketball, and that'll be a holding call on Yame Butler. It was Butler on Butler crime. Yame was holding Jordan, and Jordan on the 10th foul? No, 9th foul.
Yep, 1-1.
1-1. I was hoping for a 2-shot foul there. Borderline begging for it. Second foul on Butler, and
he's been good from the line this year, 82%.
Jordan Butler, 9 of 11 on the season. First attempt of the day here. The big fella from Malden lets it fly, and that's good.
This big foul shot made, I tell you.
When you're grinding like this just to score every trip down, you're right. You need every point they give you where there's not a hand in your face. Jordan Butler gets them both, and that's 200 more meals donated to a local college food pantry or food bank thanks to Food Lion Feeds and the Score to Give More program. Eli Ellis returns, replaces Kobe Knox. Carolina down 6, 29-23, 4:25 on the running first half clock. Finley Bizjack, pull-up jumper right elbow, too strong. Rebound, pulled down by Asandako. Boy, he just held the other big fella out of the way, said, no, this one's mine. He sets a big ball screen out top for Michi. Michi feeds Sharif Jumps, 3 right side. Yes! That all started with the ball screen from the big fella. He cleared out a path for Michi. The defense came to help, and that left Sharif Jumps open. Mike's got 7. Gamecocks back within 3, 29-26. Butler driving against Michi, gets into the paint, pull up from the free throw line, too strong. Jordan Butler rebounds. Good defense now in South Carolina, not giving up as many second chance points or offensive rebounds. Eli Ellis nearly traveled. He cleared midcourt, came to a stop, was going to give it to Michi, but the defense was cheating. Michi, an air ball, terrible shot decision from Meach there. He is not being very efficient, and at the other end, the Gamecocks catch a break as Butler tried to run, and Bizjack lobbed it too high for the 6'11 Traore. It's out of bounds. Butler with its first turnover of the game. It happens with 3:22 left in the first half. Gamecocks on a run, back within 3, and they'll have the ball when we come back after this message from the Department of Agriculture.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season, so stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim, hanging in the air. Layup goes, and he's fouled. Corner 3, Studi on the way.
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Stott, right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Gamecocks have turned up the defensive intensity. Butler has missed 4 straight shots, and that's allowed South Carolina to fight back into this one. They were down by 12 at the 7:17 mark, and now with 3:22 remaining, they're within 3, and they'll have the ball coming out of this timeout.
Well, you got to grind this one out. That's what we've done. We haven't played well. They played great, I think, certainly above average, but we've managed to crawl back into this game and a chance to get within 1.
Coaches, players, fans, announcers, we're all seeing better and looking good with glasses and contacts from Sansbury Eye Centers, the official eye care provider for your Gamecocks. So remember, when you got to see Sansbury. Sharif Jumps looking to inbound and barely beat the 5-second count because Eli Ellis had 2 guys down there defending him and no one else had come to the backcourt to help. Eli finally shakes free, gets it, and brings it ahead. Grant Polk back on the floor for South Carolina. Sharif Jumps feeds it to Asandiko in the low post. Big Priest backing down against Traore. Spins, jump hook left hand, left it short. Rebound to Traore. Carolina had a chance there to cut it to 1 or maybe even tie it up. Couldn't do so. And now we'll see Elijah Strong coming back to the scorer's table. Bizjack, right wing. He has been conspicuously absent from the scorer's column. Leading scorer in the season, averaging 15 a game, but 0 right now. The ball poked out of bounds by Jordan Butler as he knocked it free from McCaffrey. Butler keeps it, but they'll have 7 on the shot clock, and Asandiko will sit. So will Sharif Jumps as Michi Johnson and Elijah Strong return. Side court inbounds for Butler. It's Jackson, the point guard, back on the floor playing with 2 fouls. Gives it into Bizjack. He'll run a lob. Jordan Butler breaks that up. Good help defense from Butler.
He's been a positive on the floor.
Sure has. Saw that lob coming and said, no, sir. Michi gets the deflection and brings it ahead. Elijah Strong from the wing. charges into the paint, backs down, jump hook up, left it short. Gamecocks getting into the paint but haven't been able to finish the last 2 trips down the court. Bulldogs get Michael Ajayi back to the scorer's table. Been a lot easier to play at both ends without him out there. Here's a wild spin move and a hoop for Jalen Jackson. Oh, that was nice. Jalen Jackson's got 6. He averages over 9 a game, but he was such a big-time scorer at the previous stop of Purdue Fort Wayne. Not surprising that he can find a way to squeeze between defenders and score from difficult angles. Eli Ellis fakes a 3, drives into the paint, kicks in the corner to Polk. Polk will try a 3. Bingo! Grant Polk hits South Carolina's 3rd 3 of the half. Gamecocks back within 2. 31-29, 90 seconds left before halftime. Jalen Jackson again. Out top, finds Bizjack, curling off a screen, runs to the basket and throws in a one-hand floater. Tell you what, I'll let him have that shot as often as he wants it. That's not a high percentage shot, especially when you don't use the window, but Finley Bizjack makes it off 1 foot, his first points of the game. Elijah Strong in the high post, backs down against Trayor. Reverse follow-away jumper, no. Gamecocks shooting a lot of opportunities. Yeah, a lot of follow-away shots, though. Nobody going towards the rim these last few trips. And now Jackson muscles Michi, misses from close range, but gets his own offensive rebound and pulls the ball back out on the perimeter. 45 seconds left in the first half, 33-29 Butler. Bulldogs with the ball. Bizjack, step back 3 from the top of the key, got it again. I spoke too soon. He was quiet until he wasn't. And now he's made back-to-back buckets, and they've both been very difficult. That was a step-back 3. That was the second 3 of the game for Butler, and they pushed the lead back out to 7. And the Bulldogs call a timeout with 36 seconds left. I think they wanted to make those substitutions there before the next possession started. Yeah, they want Ajayi back on the court for both ends of the court. And now South Carolina, there will be 6 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So the Gamecocks can't play for the last shot necessarily. They need to make sure they play for a good shot here. They had cut that deficit from 11 or 12 all the way to 2. Never able to make the bucket that would have tied the game up. They had a couple opportunities. But you don't want to go in the locker room down by more than this 7 total right now. Elijah Strong, Michi Johnson, Grant Polk, Miles Studi, Eli Ellis on the floor. And here come the Gamecocks as Michi gets the inbounds, and he will walk it up court. Guarded by Jamie Kaiser. Gives it off to Strong, right back to Michi. And he'll beat his man off the dribble, goes to the rim, and gets the layup. That's the 2 you were looking for. Great quick first step against the 6'11 Drayton Jones, who was in a complete mismatch.
Got to get a stop here.
12 seconds left, 36-31 Butler. The Bulldogs play for the last shot. Bizjack out top, guarded by Michi. 7 seconds left. Bizjack gets a screen, sets up for 3, couldn't get it, feeds down low for Ajayi. From a close angle, he'll miss, but it'll be tipped back in. Tipped in at the buzzer by Butler. From the weak side, the offensive rebound for Jamie Kaiser Jr., and it looked like that tip did happen before the red light came on the backboard. The officials will certainly go to the monitor and look at it, but I believe that basket is going to count. And not surprising the way this first half went, that an offensive rebound is the distinctive final play of the half.
Well, they have 11 offensive rebounds in this half.
Let's see if the officials count it. They do. And so we get to the halftime with a score of Butler 38 and South Carolina 31. The Gamecock halftime report comes your way next after this message from the South Carolina State Election Commission.
The 2026 election season is right around the corner, and your vote matters. Prep for the polls in the upcoming election season by registering to vote or checking your voter registration information. Then go cast your ballot. Whether it's absentee, during the early voting period, or on Election Day, every vote makes a difference for your community and our state. Find more information at scvotes.gov.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
We're back to the action in 60 seconds after this local timeout. This is the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Got him! And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield. "20 minutes are in the books. This is the Gamecock Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll have a look at scores from around the nation, a check of the first half stats, and plenty more. Now, to get us started, let's head back to the Learfield Network studios.
Mike Collins with you inside the Learfield Network studios. South Carolina trailing Butler 38-31 at the break, but we'll check our first half highlights. It was a tight game early with neither team shooting stellar at all, but South Carolina finds offense early with a Simeon down low.
As Michi Johnson takes a dribble to the right baseline, now they'll send it back out top and reverse it. Kobe Knox drives, lobs for a Simeon who gets his man off his feet and goes up and under and scores it with the left hand.
After 5 minutes, South Carolina trails 9-6, getting outgunned on the boards 10-3, but it's the Gamecocks' own Jordan Butler who gets on the glass and some easy points for South Carolina.
He'll give to Butler at the top of the key. Butler sends it on to Polk. Shot clock goes to single digits. Ellis finds Strong for a pick-and-pop 3, the top of the key. That's off the iron, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for Jordan Butler, and the 7-footer. Puts it back up and in.
A tough shooting day for both teams midway through the first half. It's 14-10 Bulldogs, with both teams under 30% from the field. But South Carolina finally finds some daylight from the outside. Who else but the Meech?
Michi from the right side, thought about a 3, gives it off to Eli. Eli fakes a 3. Defense there. Michi deep out top, rattles one in. That's a solid 26 feet away. Gamecocks need it if they get their first 3, and it comes from the Meech.
However, after the 3, South Carolina finds themselves in a 2-minute scoring drought. Butler stretches their lead to 23-15 with 8 minutes to play. South Carolina, though, claws back thanks to big buckets from Michi Johnson and Mongolian Mike.
Away with that rebound. I thought we were going to see an offensive board. Now Michi picks the pocket of Stink Robinson, and he'll go end to end, and his reverse layup is good. Sharov sends it on to Michi on the left wing. They clear out. Priest Sandako's on the floor for South Carolina. Here goes Sharov posting up, spins under the basket. Reverse layup is good, and he's fouled. Findlay Bizjack. Pull-up jumper right elbow. Too strong. Rebound. Pulled down by Asandako. Boy, he just held the other big fella out of the way. He said, no, this one's mine. He sets a big ball screen out top for Michi. Michi feeds Sharov 3 right side. Yes!
That would make it 29-26 Butler, and the Bulldogs make a run to close out the half. They lead South Carolina 38-31 at the break. We'll check scores from around college basketball and a quick volleyball update next on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
A synthetic opioid up to 100 times stronger than morphine, fentanyl is now connected to the majority of overdose deaths in the U.S. In South Carolina, fentanyl is commonly found in realistic fake pills, often without the user's knowledge. Many who overdosed after taking these fake pills were given the pills by family members or friends and reported overdosing after taking only half a pill. Remember, never take medicine that wasn't prescribed to you. One fake pill can kill. Learn more at justplainkillers.com.
Don't go anywhere. The Gamecocks are back after these local messages on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way.
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Mike Collins with you inside the Learfield Network studios. Before we get to scores, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. South Carolina trailing Butler 38-31 at the break. No scores in the SEC or top 25, but volleyball update from the SEC volleyball tournament in Savannah, Georgia. In the first set, South Carolina, the 13 seed, taking on the 12 seed Alabama. Alabama wins the first set 25-23. They're on to the second set. South Carolina trailing in West Virginia. They trail the Butler Bulldogs 38-31. We'll have stats and play-by-play on the other side on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Trapped on the corner, kicks it out to a Simeon. Top of the key, Michi from 30 feet. Bingo!
Hey Gamecock fans, it's your men's basketball coach, Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, the team and I are proud to support our hometown airport. With 10 nonstop destinations, CAE makes it easy to get where you're going. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and a full list of nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way.
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Back at the Greenbrier, where South Carolina trails Butler at the half, 38-31. Story of this one, offensive rebounding. The Bulldogs with 11 offensive boards. That has led to 17 second chance points. Gamecocks with 4 offensive boards and 5 second chance points. And when you got a 12-point swing in any particular stat, that's going to catch your eye. And this one, that has been the difference. Butler has been relentless on the offensive glass. Even the final bucket of the half, a tip-in with less than a second remaining before halftime, enabled that lead to go back out to 7. And Carolina has got to figure out a way to stop Butler from keeping possessions alive, because neither team is shooting the ball all that well in this unique setting, this ballroom with very tight rims. So the more opportunities you get, it's going to quite likely be the difference in this one.
Well, it's going to be keeping them off the offensive boards. That was the big key to rebounding, and that's why they have this lead. But we've had a couple of opportunities to close the gap, to get within 2, but we can never quite finish. So we'll see the first 5 minutes of the second half who can make a run. If we can make a run, it changes the entire momentum of this game. If they make a run, it keeps their momentum going.
Gamecocks led in scoring in that first half by Michi Johnson with 9, and Mike Sharaf jumps with 7 points. Meanwhile, for Butler, leading scorer in the first half, 3 different players, each with 6 points. Michael Ajayi, Jalen Jackson, and then with that tip-in before the buzzer, Jamie Kaiser Jr. gets to 6 points as well. Ajayi has been a handful. I was almost surprised to see he only had 6 points and 5 rebounds, because it feels like he has just been a load that South Carolina struggled to deal with.
You're absolutely right. He's been tough to deal with. And you figured he had 12 or 14 points the way he played, but it was his offensive rebounding that kept second chance opportunities alive. That's where he's made the big difference, because he only came up with, like you said, 6 points.
Good half for South Carolina's Jordan Butler, the 7-footer, 4 points and 3 rebounds off the bench, and a steal in there as well. I felt like he really gave South Carolina a boost when he was on the floor.
2 for 2 from the line, and he was a presence, I'll put it that way, when he was in there for the period of time he was.
Certainly more so. Gamecocks need better performances from their other interior players. Hayden Simeon, Elijah Strong, Norden Capich. None of those guys really had much of an impact on the game at all, and that's got to change in this second half, if for no other reason than just trying to increase the fight level, the competition level, when those balls go up for shots, to make sure you grab those rebounds. Second half play-by-play comes your way in just a moment on the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you have a paint project, commercial, industrial, or at home? Sherwin-Williams is a global leader in paints and coatings with 25 local locations across Columbia, Augusta, and surrounding areas. Sherwin-Williams inspires and improves the world by coloring and protecting what matters. Book a free virtual color consultation for your next project, large or small, or do it yourself with our Color Snap Visualizer app. Ask how. Ask now. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
We're back to the action in 60 seconds after this local timeout. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim, hanging in the air. Layup goes, and he's fouled. Corner 3, Studi on the way. Yes!
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Stott, right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on this one.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Just about ready to get the second half underway. Full weekend of Gamecock basketball and football. Of course, tomorrow afternoon, Carolina football at home against the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. And then we'll be back in action on Sunday afternoon facing Northwestern. Wildcats and Gamecocks will square off at 5 p.m. So Casey and I will be back on the air at 4:30 from here in the ballroom at the Greenbrier Resort.
Well, we'll see what halftime adjustments have been made to slow them down and to speed us up, actually. We had difficulty getting shots off. You look at the number of shots taken, it's because of their defense. We got to find a way to backdoor them or pass the ball better, quickly.
Neither team shot it very well. Butler, 39%. 13 of 33 and 2 of 7 on threes. Gamecocks 37%, 10 of 27, 3 of 11 on three-pointers. We're underway. Gamecocks basketball to start the half. The original 5 back out there. Sharav Jomps, Michi Johnson, Kobe Knox, Miles Studi, and Hayden Asemian. Sharav Jomps on the right wing against Ajayi. Dribbles into the paint, spin, shoots the fadeaway. Jumper, no, wouldn't go. Butler grabs the rebound, nearly threw it away as juggling it, falling out of bounds with Jamie Kaiser, but he gets it to Bizjack, and the Bulldogs come into the front court. That was another fall-away jumper. Gamecocks took a lot of those late in the first half and didn't make any of them. Here's a lob under the basket on a pick and roll, and Hayden Asemian got lost in the wash, and he crashes into Drayton Jones. Asemian gets his first.
Team first and a half.
Bulldogs baseline inbound. Bring it out top. It's Ajayi on the perimeter, guarded by Studi. Explodes past him, gets to the rim, and that's too easy. Miles Studi, not really, I don't think, cut out for that matchup very well. And actually, with this lineup out there, you don't have anybody, I don't feel like, that's a great fit for guarding Ajayi. Here's Sharav Jomps again trying to jumper from the mid-range, and that's too strong. Ajayi brings the rebound up toward himself, and Sharav Jomps with a very ticky-tack, cheap reach-in.
That's 3, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So the second half does not start the way the Gamecocks wanted to. They are down 9, and now Mike Sharav Jomps, who's missed a couple shots to begin the half, has collected his third person. Jalen Jackson weaving and bobbing, getting between men, now lobbing underneath for the 7-footer, and the Gamecocks slap it away. Drayton Jones unable to make the catch on that lob. Kobe Knox may have gotten a hand on that, and the turnover gives it back to the Gamecocks. Michi, deep 3, left wing, on its way, good. Gamecocks needed that in the worst way. Michi out in the white logo for the Greenbrier. Buries his second three-pointer of the contest. He's the first player in double figures for either team. He's got a dozen. Here's a screen to get Bizjack free. He throws up a bad brick, and the stick back won't go for Ajayi, but he was fouled. So, again, Gamecocks force up a bad shot from Butler, but the rebound is not there. In fact, there was no one under the hoop ready for that one but Ajayi. And so he'll go back to the line as Asemian collects another personal foul. 2 quick ones to begin the half on Hayden Asemian. Michael Ajayi, 2 of 5 at the line in the first half, is back. And his first attempt is short.
Well, we've been lucky that he hasn't been hit from the foul line also this year.
For sure. Eli Ellis returns. Sharav Jomps sits down with those 3 personal fouls. Eli limited only 1 point in the first half.
Well, he took 2 shots.
Had a couple of assists. Second free throw for Ajayi is perfect. Finds the range with the second attempt. He's got the first 3 points of the half for the Bulldogs, and their lead is 7, 41-34. Ellis brings it ahead. Gamecock set up in the horns set with 2 guys in the high post, and the pass from Ellis intended for Asemian never quite made it there. Bizjack slapped it free, and the turnover gives it back to Butler. Bizjack driving the baseline against Michi. Gets to the rim, then gets himself stuck, but his desperation pass works, and then the drive to the basket by Jalen Jackson rims out. Gamecocks caught a break there. Jackson got deep into the lane. Here's Michi again, driving, kicking out. Studi wide open, top of the key 3, nope. Asemian had the rebound taken away from him by Jalen Jackson, and then Michi bumps Jalen Jackson out of bounds. Well, For freshmen, there are games like this where you are exposed to what is different on this level of competition. And Hayden Simeon is who I'm thinking of. He's getting it right now, getting that cold water in the face of, oh, wow. These guys play hard, and they are strong, because right there he had perfect inside position for that offensive rebound, and he had a guard come over and just take it away from him. Foul on Michi, gives it back to the Bulldogs. They lead it by 7. We played less than 3 minutes in the second half, and Ajayi misses another from close range. Ball fought for, and Kobe Knox comes away with it. Neither team making much at either end in this contest. Studi on the right wing. Gamecocks need Miles to get something going. He tried to stop and go behind his back and lost his footing, and then he throws it away. And racing down the far sideline, Jamie Kaiser with the uncontested dunk.
Balloons up to 9 points.
5 ball turnovers will just kill you. Miles Studi having a rough go of it here. Michi, long 3 again. This one's not good. Rebound won by Butler, and here they come, racing down court. Gamecocks don't get back, and at the rim, Jackson gets the easy layup. And Lamont Paris will have to use a timeout. Things unraveled in a hurry there, didn't they? The lead stretches to 11 for Butler, matching or 1 point away from their largest. It's 45-34 at the 16:28 mark, and we'll step aside for this message from Coors Light.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
This is Joyce Edwards for Terminix Service. On the court, we celebrate the best player of the game. But at home, you need a slam dunk when it comes to pests. Terminix is the most trusted name in termite and pest control in the Carolinas. Don't wait for a rebound. Call Terminix today for your free inspection. Visit trustterminix.com or call 1-800-TERMINX. Tell them Joyce sent you and you'll get $50 off your initial pest service. Go Gamecocks.
Gamecocks and Butler at the Greenbrier tip-off, and Bulldogs have shut the Gamecocks down for the last 2 minutes and have the lead out to double digits again at 45-34, forcing Lamont Paris to use a timeout. Terminix, it's the best when it comes to pest control. They're headquartered in South Carolina, and Terminix has been trusted for 75 years to keep your homes and businesses pest-free. Call 1-800-TERMINX to schedule your service.
Well, I mentioned the first 5 minutes always. The beginning of the game, beginning of the half was very important. And they came out rough and tough. We came out sort of slacking. Lackadaisical. We've got to get sharper.
Gamecocks will make some changes to the lineup, it looks like, but only one. Elijah Strong comes on, and he replaced a Simeon. Otherwise, Eli Ellis and Michi Johnson, Miles Studi, and Kobe Knox. Studi hasn't scored in this contest. Gamecocks need something productive from him. Michi into the front court. Elijah Strong falls in that same category. Didn't score in the first half. Need him to be good. Eli Ellis, open 3. Right side, no, rattles out. Kobe Knox tips the rebound, and he's the last to touch it. Couldn't ask for a better look right there. Eli all alone in the corner in front of the Gamecock bench, but it wouldn't go down. Gamecocks need threes against a team like this, and they've made only 4 of them in 15 attempts. Bulldogs looking to extend their lead with the run they are on. Bizjack drives, feeds underneath, bad pass. It was a pick and roll. He was looking for Ajayi. Couldn't thread the needle. A lot of legs that had to be avoided, and Ajayi couldn't pick that one up, and the turnover. We'll give it back to South Carolina, and we get to the timeout. 45-34, again, your score. 15:51 remaining here in West Virginia, and we're back after this from SiriusXM.
A synthetic opioid up to 100 times stronger than morphine, fentanyl is now connected to the majority of overdose deaths in the U.S. In South Carolina, fentanyl is commonly found in realistic fake pills, often without the user's knowledge. Many who overdosed after taking these fake pills were given the pills by family members or friends and reported overdosing after taking only half a pill. Remember, never take medicine that wasn't prescribed to you. One fake pill can kill. Learn more at justplainkillers.com.
Don't go anywhere. The Gamecocks are back after these local messages on the Gamecocks Sports Network from Learfield.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner three, Studi on the way.
Go time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Coors Light is mountain cold refreshment. Choose Chill. They are the official corporate partner of the Gamecocks and invite you and encourage you to celebrate responsibly.
Well, they come out 3 for 6 from the field. Pretty good. We're 1 for 5. That's Michi's 3. That's all the scoring we've had. The lead balloons to 11, one shy of the largest lead of 12 in the first half.
Butler just turned it over for only the 4th time today. Gamecocks have only coughed it up 5 times, so the Gamecocks will have it back as play resumes. Butler again picks up with full court man-to-man. Michi looking triggered in, brings it to Eli Ellis. And Ellis will bring it up, checked by Jalen Jackson. Feeds it on the right wing to Michi. Butler continues to switch a bunch on defense. Boy, Elijah Strong was wide open under the basket, and they didn't get it to him. Now he's got it, but he is guarded closely by a bigger defender. He steps through, shoots up the jump hook, and it will not go. These rims are not helpful. And in transition, Jackson runs to the rim, has the ball slap free as he lobs it to his big man Traore, but Butler keeps possession, and now Jackson charges right into Studi, and the Gamecocks get called for the foul.
That's the 5th foul. No fouls on Butler this time.
Second on Studi. Coach Parrish really displeased right now with the whistles he's getting. He is telling Olandis Poole about it from across the court. Here comes Jackson again driving, and they'll call the foul on Eli Ellis. That one was a no-doubter. Just didn't move his feet quickly enough, and Jackson got that quick first step. Jalen Jackson does not shoot three-pointers. I'm really surprised the Gamecocks aren't giving him more room out there because he wants to drive the basketball. So the foul on Ellis leads to a baseline out of bounds, and they run a set play, and that gets Ajayi at the rim, and he's got the two-hand flush. The physicality of the Bulldogs is winning the day, and they're up by their largest span of 13 points. Studi, long 3 right side. Rims out, no. Ajayi grabs the rebound. No second chance looks for South Carolina. Gamecocks have only 4 offensive rebounds all day. Here's a lob underneath for Traore. He is fouled by Strong on his way up. Johan Traore will go to the line. Gamecocks have already committed 7 fouls in this half. Butler has not been whistled for 1. Traore clanks the first free throw off the back iron. Mike Sharov jumps coming back to the scorer's table. He'll replace Kobe Knox.
Got to find something. He's got 3 fouls, but
Yeah.
you can't keep him out any longer.
I'm a little surprised we haven't seen Jordan Butler yet, as well as he played in the first half. Second free throw for Traore. He gets 1 of 2. Lead reaches 14. 8-0 run now for the Bulldogs. Gamecocks haven't scored in 4 minutes. Just haven't been able to get the jump shots to fall. Here's a drive to the basket for Elijah Strong, and Traore with a hard foul to make sure there's no layup there. Usually I'm in favor of the ball fakes, but that time he needed to go quickly. He's got to dunk before the defense can get there, but he hesitated, set his feet, ball fake, gets the foul, but now he's got to earn points at the line. And more so than in most venues, these tight rims make free throws even harder. Elijah Strong trying to get his first points of the game. First one rattles in. Carolina's attempted 14 free throws, and they have made 9. That finally stops the scoring drought. As we said, it went over 4 minutes, but Elijah only gets 1 of 2. And there is Ajayi to snag the rebound. 13-point deficit. They go back to Ajayi against Studi. Looking to back him down. Puts his shoulder into Miles. Jump hook from close range is good. Ajayi with 13 points. He's the leading scorer for Butler and has been a bad matchup for South Carolina all day long. He just committed a foul 30 feet from the hoop. Studi was set up to try and just take a bounce pass. Speaking of Studi, he's going to check out now. Here comes Jordan Butler back on the floor. Got to try something else against Ajayi at this point. He just had his way too much against Miles Studi there in the first 6 minutes of the half. 50-35 your score. Michi double team, gives it off to Strong. Mid-range jumper right side is good for Elijah.
We got to make quicker passes because we have people open with you. You hesitate with these guys, it's too late to recover.
Yeah, they're switching so much defensively. You're right. You have to go quickly and be decisive. 50-37. Jalen Jackson off a ball screen, kicks it over to Ajayi. He'll try a 3, no good. Michi grabs the rebound. We'll let him shoot it out there as much as he wants to. Sharov jumps. Squared up with Ajayi. Now being pushed all the way back near midcourt. Now he'll look to drive on Ajayi. Ajayi tries to get the charge. No foul called, and Sharov jumps, gets the finger roll as a result. Good no call there. That was a flop. That was a flop from Ajayi. As big as he is, he does at times throw the head back and try and sell calls. Gamecocks fortunate that it didn't fool the officials on that one, because that would have been 4 on Sharov jumps. Bizjack drives around Ellis and off 1 foot gets the floater to go.
And that's the second floater he's made. Tough.
Finley Bizjack against Eli Ellis is like Spider-Man pointing at himself in that meme that people see all the time. Those two guys have very similar games. 52-39, 12 and a half minutes left. Michi drives, spins, gets to the rim, lays it in, and he was fouled. Michi Johnson through the contact by Jamie Kaiser will have an and one opportunity. Butler with some fresh bodies. They'll bring Xavier Stink Robinson on the court along with Jack McCaffrey. 2 freshman guards as Ajayi and Jackson sit. Okay, that's their 2 guys that are sitting down now. Michael Ajayi and Jalen Jackson. If you're going to make a charge,
it's got to be now.
It's got to be now with those 2 off the court.
And Michi can bring us within 10.
14 points so far for the Cleveland native. Got some family that made the drive down here. Probably the shortest trip they'll have all season to see their son play. Free throw rattles around, but it goes for Michi. Carolina back within 10, 52-42. And now, without having to guard Ajayi underneath, let's see if the defense can tighten up. Krista Sondiko on the court for South Carolina now as well. Bizjack, another floater off his left foot. This one won't go, and Sondiko grabs the rebound. Come to the 12-minute mark. Carolina trying to get the deficit back to single digits. Amici is fouled on a drive to the basket. Well, reach in on that crossover dribble move. He had gotten away from Stink Robinson.
Look like it might have to be the Michi Johnson show.
3 on Robinson. And it was a shooting foul. Michi will get 2. Sondiko getting a conversation with Lamont Paris, the big fella. Puts his arm around Lamont, and I think Lamont's knees kind of bowed a little bit. Has a lot of weight to be carrying. Big creased at 290 pounds. He's a load. Michi's first free throw, yes, rattled in again.
Rattled in.
Are the rims softening up a little bit? I mean, geez. That's 2 free throws in a row he made where it certainly looked like it might bounce away. Butler will bring Drayton Jones back on the floor. He and Trayor, the 2 6'11" players, rotating minutes a bunch. Michi gets both again.
An 8-point deficit.
8.5 for Michi as well. 17 for the game. 52-44. We'll get a media timeout at our next dead ball. South Carolina trying to get another stop. Drayton Jones gets to the rim, though, with a jump hook. He banks it up and in. They ran the 2-man pick and roll. And the Gamecocks were slow to recover. Drayton Jones gets his first field goal on the short bank shot. He was complaining going back down the floor. He wanted a call. He hasn't been watching this game much. If he thought he was going to get a foul on that contact. Here's Sondiko going back at him, but he misses the jump hook, and the rebound is controlled by Butler. Stink Robinson into the front court, drives right around 2 Gamecocks, misses the layup, but there is Drayton Jones again to grab the rebound and stick it back in. So a 4-0 spurt for the Bulldogs. Michi will try and get to the rim, kicks it back out to Knox. He'll try a long 3, and that's good. Kobe Knox with his first 3-pointer of the game. South Carolina can't trade buckets, though. They've got to get stops. Down by 9 at 56-47. Less than 11 minutes remaining. Robinson, they set 2 screens for him, and he works around them. Bizjack wants the ball, but Kobe Knox takes it right away from Stink Robinson. It's a 3-on-2. Knox to the basket, gives to Sharif Johnson. Mike lays it up and in. Carolina creates a rare turnover and transition opportunity.
Creeping back into this.
Gamecocks have made 5 of their last 6 shot attempts. They're back within 7, as we said. And now a bump by Sondiko out near midcourt that knocks Bizjack down, and that will stop play and get us to a timeout. Carolina down 56-49. 10:21 remaining here in the opening game of the Greenbrier tip-off. And we'll return after this message from SiriusXM.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to SiriusXM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
SiriusXM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Dad, light's green.
Oh, right.
Oh, what fun it is to save on the entire Toyota lineup at Toyotathon. Get 1,000 holiday bonus cash on certain new Toyota vehicles. Offer valid through December 1st, 2025. Offer entitles 1,000 holiday bonus cash on the retail purchase or lease of certain new and untitled 2025 and 2026 Toyota vehicles. This offer is valid when combined with special APR and special lease programs or with standard retailer lease rate programs. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Trapped on the corner, kicks it out to a Simeon. Top of the key, Michi from 30 feet. Bingo!
Hey, Gamecock fans, it's your men's basketball coach, Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, the team and I are proud to support our hometown airport. With 10 nonstop destinations, CAE makes it easy to get where you're going. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and a full list of nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
Carolina has trailed the entirety of this game. They're down 7 right now to Butler, but Casey, they've heated up a little bit here in the last few minutes.
Well, 5 of our last 6. We've been more patient, I think, on offense and moved the ball a little bit better the last couple of minutes. And it's become the Michi Johnson show again.
Folks, Black Friday might mean shopping to a lot of people, but to you it can mean Gamecock basketball. Carolina will be back at home on the 28th. 4 p.m. tip-off against Charleston Southern. We'd love to see you. You can order your tickets through the official mobile app or on Ticketmaster.com. Ticketmaster is the official ticketing partner of your Gamecocks. Out of the timeout, the foul on Asandiko sends Bizjack to the line. And Finley Bizjack, who has 7 points in the contest, will shoot a 1 and bonus. 8th foul on Carolina. Last time out against SMU, boy, he filled it up. He had 18 points, and he made 5 3-pointers. He's made only 1 3 tonight. He misses the free throw, and Sharif Jumps has the rebound. So Butler now 12 of 20 at the line. Gamecocks 12 of 18. Carolina has a chance to get a little closer. Sharif Jumps on the perimeter with Jordan Butler and Kobe Knox. Ellis and Asandiko round out the lineup, so Michi getting a rest. Can Carolina score without Michi out there creating it? Eli, deep 3, good from the right wing.
Well, sooner or later, you know he's going to make one, and he did. That was a big shot.
He pulled the string like Michi would have from out in the logo. And it's a 4-point deficit, 56-52. Jackson, pick and pop. Jones not a threat to shoot out there. Now Bizjack comes and get it, drives deep into the paint. Great pass around 2 defenders to Drayton Jones, who hammers the dunk. Drayton Jones, very effective in the second half for Butler. He's got 8 points in the game, the South Carolina State transfer. Good drive and dish there from Bizjack to set him up. 58-52. Sharif Jumps, jab step, drives left, kicks in the corner to Knox. Kobe drives, and there's a blocking call as Bizjack tried to cut him off, and he was clearly still moving his feet when the contact happened.
Flag foul call on number 11 for Butler, Finley Bizjack. That's his first, team's 5th.
First foul on Bizjack, 5th on Butler. Carolina will have the baseline out of bounds on the near side of the court. Sharif Jumps looking over to his coach, wanting to know what he wants to run. They'll line up in a box with Ellis and Asandiko down low. It comes out top to Butler. Dangerous pass to Kobe Knox out there. Kobe makes the catch, though. Now he'll give it off to Sharif Jumps, guarded by the big man Jones. Puts it on the deck, drives to the rim, gets him off his feet. Shot up off the glass, won't go. Asandiko tips it once and twice and out of bounds, and it'll belong to South Carolina.
And that's the way to fight underneath. An offensive win.
5 seconds on the shot clock as that shot attempt. Wait a minute, that tip touched the rim. There wasn't the first tip by Asandiko, didn't it hit the rim? I certainly thought it did. And now the officials.
Now they're talking about it.
Yeah, they're all looking at each other.
Should be 20.
Are they going to go take a look at the monitor? I think they should. Landis Poole strides across the court and comes to the scorer's table on the opposite side of the floor from us. And he will take a peek. That is another official review brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Call them now to schedule your official preventive maintenance for the season. Cool Care is the most awarded HVAC and plumbing company in the Midlands. Call the best. Call Cool Care, locally owned and operated for 25 years. And Landis Poole says it did not touch the rim. So Gamecocks have 5 on the shot clock to work with. Get it in. Ellis gets it back. Step back three in the corner, left side, rattles out. Rebound tipped out to Sharif, jumps. Mike doesn't go back up with it. He kicks to Ellis. Out in the corner, Asandiko thought about a three. Then he gives to Ellis. Shot clock back to 10. Eli guarded by Ajayi. Not a good matchup. He needs to think about giving the ball up. Instead, he's battling under the rim. Throws up a prayer, and it's loose, and it's picked up by Butler. That's a terrible freshman decision by Eli Ellis, and it's going to result in an open three for Biz Jack, and that is a dagger. Just a dagger.
Yep.
Freshman mistake by Eli Ellis. He forgot he had 4 guys on the court with him. He was trying to go mano against the strongest dude out there, Michael Ajayi, and it results in a turnover and a three-pointer, and that turns the lead back to 9. Here's a great backdoor cut from Sharif Johnson. Knox finds him, and he's got a layup.
We're hanging in there. Got to make some more positive plays on both ends.
Those kinds of turnovers. That was a 5 or 6 point swing. That was painful. 13 now for Sharif Jumps. And again, Jackson gets deep into the lane. They're running that ball screen 2-man game on the side, and Carolina has not guarded it well at all. It's been either the ball handler gets to the rim and gets a short 2, or it results in an easy dunk on the pick and roll. Gamecocks try another 3. That one hit the side of the backboard. Butler's there to clean it up and lay it in.
I'll tell you, Butler is coming to play.
Johnny on the spot right there. The shot from Knox hit the side of the backboard and glanced into the lane, and Jordan Butler crashed the board and it came right to him. He's got 6. Jackson again trying to work over Eli Ellis. Oh, dangerous pass. Knox got a hand on it, couldn't squeeze it. Butler keeps it. Ajayi now against Jordan Butler. Switch, he's guarded by Asandiko. Drives deep into the paint. Short turnaround, left it short. Rebound fought for. Butler's got it. And they'll send it back out top. Got to get a rebound there. The 50-50 balls have all gone to the guys in blue. And now a foul on Jordan Butler 30 feet from the hoop. We've got a timeout. Yep. Carolina fighting, but can't close the gap. They're down 7 with 6:49 remaining. And we're back after this from the South Carolina Department of Agriculture.
It's not just basketball season, Gamecock fans. It's tailgate season. So stock yours with plenty of fresh, locally grown, certified SC foods and drinks. Not only will you help support our state's farmers, enjoying farm to table can be on any table, like folding tables, in your lap tables, truck tailgate tables, buffet tables, or whatever table. So choose fresh, choose local, choose certified SC. It's a matter of taste. Learn more at certifiedsc.com.
Gamecock basketball is back in 60 seconds after a word from our local stations. This is the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
We're taking it to the hoop.
Cross-court skip to Michi. He'll drive to the rim. Hanging in the air. Layup goes and he's fouled. Corner 3, Studi on the way.
No time for the Garnet and Black.
Back out to Cam Scott. Right of the key. 3 up, 3 good. Shot clock at 5. Michi with a deep 3. Bottom! And you can put Spurs on F1.
South Carolina basketball lives here. On the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Folks, let me tell you about our friends at Sansbury Eye Center. They have locations all over the Midlands, including right in the heart of Forest Acres. That one's at 2313 North Beltline Boulevard. And you can stop by and check out their brand new state-of-the-art eye care facility there. I was just handed a whole stack of stat sheets. I don't know why. As play resumes, again, we remind you, remember, your vision's important. That's what a bright, clear Sansbury Day is all about. Butler going back to the free throw line. Play resumes. Ninth foul on Carolina means a 1-and-1 for Finley Bizjack, and he sinks the first. Butler took the lead out to 15 in the first 6 minutes of the second half. Carolina has fought back and got it into single digits and actually got it down to a couple possessions. But Butler's responded, and they pushed it back to 9. Meechie Johnson back on the court. So is Miles Studi. So is Elijah Strong. Meechie curling off a screen at the top of the key, drives to the rim and lays it up and in with the right hand. Nice move. Meechie scores through the contact and continues a solid effort here at the Greenbrier.
19 points.
That leads Carolina, 19 of their 58. Meechie gets beat off the dribble by Jackson. Again with a bad pass, lobs it out top. Bizjack runs it down before it can get across midcourt. Now Ajayi off the dribble. Attacks Studi, misses at the rim though, and then Studi gives it right back to him, and he's lucky they called a foul. He had no one on his left side, and he tried to throw it backwards on his right side. He was looking for Meechie, but he put the ball right up in Ajayi's face, and Ajayi grabbed it. Gamecocks fortunate that that was called a foul. Trying to get this thing down to 5 or maybe 4. Meechie quarter court left side. Goes right, goes behind the ball screen by Strong. They run him all the way over to the sideline. He has to give it up and reset it. 10 on the shot clock. Johnson against Jackson. Drives right. Gets held. Nothing called. Throws up an off-balance shot as he gets to the rim, and it won't go. No ball movement there from South Carolina. Meechie had that one glued in his hands and ended up taking a low percentage shot. Hard hedge by the Gamecocks. Now they got to recover, and they do. Eli Ellis with a steal on a good feed down low, and he saves it in bounds. Butler says he stepped out of bounds, no call. He finds Meechie, who gets a man off his feet and then tries a 3. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound tipped out, and Butler's got a run out. Nobody's back. Ajayi will go length of the court, run out, two-hand flush.
Well, we had our chance. Good close to it.
Just a step slow on every 50-50 ball today. Been frustrating to watch. They've been so close so many times, but Butler always seems to come away with a basketball. Here's Eli Ellis with a tough drive to the hoop, and he'll score it from low on the right. 6 points for Ellis. Lamont Parrish clapping his hands, trying to urge his guys on to get a stop. Down by 7 with 4.5 minutes left. Bizjack again shoots the runner off 1 foot, and this one rattles out, and Elijah Strong has the rebound. Meechie back into the front court, double team, kicks out to Elijah Strong, 3, top of the key, halfway down, and it popped out. These rims just don't like many shots that have come their way. And here comes Jackson again, drives to the basket, lost the handle, and Carolina comes away with it. Good steal. Knox saves it into Eli Ellis. He finds Meechie in the corner. Studi fakes a 3, resets the feet, lets it fly. No. Kobe Knox goes over the back for the rebound, and he's called for the foul.
We've had our chances. We just cannot finish.
Third foul on Knox. Our last media timeout comes with 3:45 remaining. Gamecocks trailing Butler 67-60. We'll return after this from Coca-Cola.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Gamecock fans, Farm Bureau Insurance wants to give you a VIP game day experience this basketball season. Visit usccontest.com and register for your chance to be Cocky's game day guest. Winners will receive a special invitation to Coach's radio show, tickets to that weekend's game, hotel accommodations, and the unique opportunity to join Cocky on the sideline during pregame. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Cocky's game day guest is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance, here for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
Coming down the home stretch here at the Greenbrier tip-off. Gamecocks running out of time. They are down 7 with 3:45 left. They are playing very hard, but boy, Casey, just feels like if it's a play that's up for grabs, they're seemingly a step slow or a foot short of where they need to be. All of those plays where you need to go grab one, they just have not been able to seize those moments. And it shows up probably more in the rebound stats than anywhere, but it's not just been the rebounding.
It's been a 50-50 ball, as you mentioned, but rebounding 44-25 in favor of them. And that's because they've been so aggressive on the boards.
Two teams have taken the identical same number of shots. 54. Gamecocks have made 21. Butler's made 25. Carolina's doubled up Butler in threes, 6-3, but 23 attempts compared to 10. And you really needed more three-pointers to go down. This team has needed more threes to be able to play against a squad that's this much more physical. To offset that physicality, you need to be good from the arc, and 6 of 23 just hasn't been good enough. And as play resumes, it's Bizjack back at the line shooting 2. He has really heated up. He was their leading scorer this season with 15 a game. Slow start for him. Didn't score until very late in the first half as he makes that first free throw. And he's got 13 now and make it 14 as he knocks down both of those. So nearing his average.
Yep.
And the lead back to 9, and here come the Gamecocks again. Peachy Johnson on the bench. He is probably worn down a little bit. Gamecocks feed it down low for a semi, and there was no one there, and he didn't know it. Now he puts up a contested left-hand jump shot and misses it.
All alone.
When they fed him, it was him in the rim, and he didn't react quickly. Gamecocks go to the 1-3-1 zone, try and see if they can slow down Butler offensively. Bizjack way out top, bounces it into the post, quick pass in the corner, 3 is up and it is good. And that is Jamie Kaiser Jr. hitting his first 3 of the day. They responded very well to seeing that 1-3-1 for the first time. That's good coaching right there to get your guys into the set immediately. Layup for Eli Ellis as he drove all the way to the rim, and his defender slipped in a wet spot and went down, and that left Eli unguarded. He took advantage and got the layup, and now the officials immediately stop play, and they're going to try and find that spot on the floor where the perspiration is and mop it up. Peachy Johnson returns to the lineup, and Simeon leaves. Gamecocks down 10, 72-62. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Gamecock basketball from Learfield. Gamecocks go back to the man-to-man, and it's Jackson driving on Ellis. Gets to the basket, and Eli picked his pocket again. Another steal for Ellis, and he'll bring it ahead, and he'll try a 3. It's contested, and he is fouled on the shot attempt. He'll get 3 free throws. Jalen Jackson commits not just the foul, but the mortal sin of fouling a jump shooter, and a three-point shooter at that. Gamecocks say thank you very much. Let's get Eli 3 free throws. Stops the clock, gives you a chance to chip away at the lead. First free throw good for Ellis. Two steals for Eli. Second free throw rattles in as well. He's in double figures now with 10. Krista Sandico returns, and he replaces Miles Studi. One more free throw for the freshman Ellis, and he switches it in two. So Carolina takes advantage of the ill-advised foul, and they're back within 7 with 2.5 minutes left. They've gone back to the zone defense. Jackson finds his way into it, cuts it underneath. Ellis again slaps the ball free, but this one goes out of bounds, and Eli wincing in pain. That left hand is hurting right now. You can tell that. Studi will return, and he'll replace Kobe Knox. 13 on the shot clock. Butler will inbounds from underneath the hoop. Bizjack, the trigger man, feeds it in the high post to Jones. Gives behind him to Ajayi. Ajayi drives to the left elbow, kicks behind him to Bizjack, and Bizjack buries a three-pointer.
And that was a diamond.
Puts the lead back at 10. A little over 2 minutes left. Clock moving. Carolina's got to go. Ellis picks up his dribble. Now Sharif jumps, comes and gets a handoff. He sends it on to Michi. Michi dribbles it off the foot of a Butler player, but they'll say it's his foot that it went off of, and that's a turnover. Only the 6th turnover of the game for South Carolina. But the timing of that one couldn't be worse with 1:50 left and a 10-point deficit. Bizjack lobs the inbounds into the backcourt to Jalen Jackson. Now you got to think Butler will probably be methodical offensively. Bizjack comes and gets a dribble handoff. Again, chased into the lane, feeds it underneath, and there's a foul called on Eli Ellis. They switched when Bizjack got it deep in the paint, and Eli found himself at 6 feet guarding someone who was 6'11". So he immediately leaned into him to commit the foul. Third on Ellis, and at the line, Drayton Jones.
Who's a pretty good foul shooter.
For a big fella, he is, 9 of 11 on the season. Lead is 10 for the Bulldogs, and the first one rattles out. Kobe Knox coming back in for South Carolina. And he'll replace Asandiko. So they'll go with the small lineup, try and space the floor. Got to think they're looking for three-pointers right now coming up after this second free throw from Jones. This one rattles out as well. Sharif Jumps grabs the rebound. Here comes Carolina, 90 seconds left, down by 10. Michi gets around his man, drives, pull up, close range, got the two-pointer. Gamecocks will call a timeout. 75-67 with 1:26 remaining. When we wrap this one up, it'll be the Carolina Ford Dealers locker room report. Mike Collins in the studio will recap highlights and tell us what else is going on in college hoops today. We'll chat with head coach Lamont Paris, recap the stats from this one, tell you about our Terminix Best Player of the Game. You knew this weekend would be a learning experience and a chance for all of us to see more about how this team matches up with, when you see major conference opponents, that means typically bigger, faster, stronger. The stronger part has been the thing that's been most noticeable today. But then there's also some things defensively I know they feel like they probably got to clean up, because Butler's run some pretty basic sets, but the ball screens have put South Carolina in a mess a lot today.
Well, I mentioned, on the ball defense, and we haven't been able to contain them. And yet, with 1:27 to go, a little minor miracle, you never know what's going to happen. Yogi Berra ain't over until it's over, but we put ourselves in a very difficult position with many opportunities missed.
It was a slow start offensively, really, for both teams. This game didn't feature many points at all early on. I think at our second media timeout, it was 13-10, and we played 8 minutes, 23-15 at the under 8 timeout. Carolina didn't get into past 20 points until late in the first half. Full court pressure off the inbounds. Bizjack gets it. Gamecocks chase him. Bizjack throws it ahead, though, gets it to Evan Haywood. Haywood in the corner. Gamecocks run at him. He fires it out top. Eli Ellis steals that pass. Eli Ellis will run to the rim, hang in the air. Shot goes. Two-pointer for Ellis. Carolina within 6 with 1:05 left. Again, full court pressure. Jackson gets the inbound. Carolina chases. He beats 4 of them, and Michi with the foul at midcourt. Otherwise, it was going to be an uncontested layup or dunk. 58.2 seconds left. Michi's foul sends to the line Jalen Jackson, who has not attempted a free throw today, is 5 of 9 on the season.
56%.
First attempt is up and no good. Strong off the back iron. Got a screen out of Ajayi here. Second shot hits the rim twice. Out of bounds. Last touch by Butler. Kobe Knox was juggling it. He was being bumped by Jamie Kaiser. I think Olandis Poole called that one. Basically, I'm going to give it to the team that got fouled, but that also leaves you open to a review.
Yep.
And the review can't take into account that he knows he should have called a foul, and you can't call the foul retroactively. And so they're going to go to the monitor, and I have a bad feeling this is going to give the ball back to Butler. There was so much contact there that I think Poole thought he was splitting the baby. I won't call the foul here, but I'll give you the ball even though you probably touched it last. Problem is, with review in place, that's not good enough. You got to call the foul there. If there was a foul, you got to call it. Now South Carolina is likely going to be the team that suffers on this, as we have our third official review of the game brought to you by Cool Care Heating, Air, and Plumbing. They encourage you to schedule your official preventive maintenance for the season. They are the most awarded HVAC and plumbing company in the Midlands. Call the best. Call Cool Care, locally owned and operated for 25 years. If this isn't overturned, Carolina suddenly not in a terrible spot. You're down 6, but you've got 57 seconds with which to work. And if Butler gets bailed out after their starting point guard missed both free throws, that's another gut punch on a day where squeezing rebounds has been the hardest thing for South Carolina to do.
45-27, 14 offensive rebounds for the Bulldogs. It's been tough. It's been a tough day on the boards.
So they come out of the huddle and they will give the ball to Butler.
Yep.
I think that one went down just like. I mean, am I guessing or am I?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head.
I don't think there's any question. That's what happened. He was going to give South Carolina the ball because he didn't want to call a foul on Butler. And instead, smart play by Thad Mata to challenge it. Butler gets the ball back. And the guys in stripes today have not done much to help South Carolina, that's for sure. Inbounds, and Bizjack runs the ball out near midcourt. He's double-teamed, and he will call a timeout. Shot clock is down to 12. Game clock at 49.7. And the Bulldogs use their timeout here as Bizjack was stuck pinned against that midcourt line with 2 defenders on him. 30-second timeout for Butler. In our second game coming up, it'll be Virginia against Northwestern. The Gamecocks will see Northwestern on Sunday. Virginia will play Butler. These holiday tournaments change, they evolve over time. Used to be a lot of 3-game tournaments. Now most everybody plays a 2-game tournament. Now most teams don't play on Saturday. You go Friday, Sunday. And now we're even to the point in an event like this where the matchups are preset. It's not dictated by who wins the first round game. All right, if you're the Gamecocks now, there's 12 on the shot clock, so I would think you probably don't want to foul. You almost have to just try and play straight up here, see if you can get a stop. Side court inbounds. Jackson the trigger. Looking, nowhere to go. Lobs it into the backcourt to Bizjack. And Kobe Knox chases him. Shot clock at 7. Knox dives for the ball, and he commits the foul. Well, that's everything you didn't want to do. You had the shot clock down to 7. They aren't even initiating their offense. You just got to play straight-up defense there Carolina was still trying to create a turnover, though. Kobe Knox commits his 4th foul and sends to the line Finley Bizjack, who's made 4 in a row. Make it 5. Just that whole possession was so bad in terms of the outcome. They missed 2 free throws. You couldn't grab a rebound. Knox lost it out of bounds. Second free throw missed here by Bizjack, and then you commit a foul. Fortunate they only got 1 point out of it. You're down 7 with 39 seconds left. Here's Michi going to work. Loses the handle, has the ball stolen. Jalen Jackson lobs it cross court, and Butler will play keep away, and the Gamecocks have to foul.
Well,
7th turnover by the Gamecocks. 4 of them, though, have been by Michi.
Yeah.
He has been the leading scorer, but he also has had some shaky ball handling moments. Kaiser now at the line to shoot 2. His first one rattles out. So the door remains slightly cracked with 30 seconds left. And again, you have to screen out Ajayi on this free throw attempt. Kaiser makes 1 of 2. Inbounds comes to Michi. Carolina's got to go. Down by 8, 25 seconds left. He'll hand it off to Ellis. Eli tries a long 3. That's off the iron. No. Kobe Knox rebounds, lobs it back out top for Michi. Sets his feet, lets it rip. That one's off the glass, no good. Kobe Knox back to Michi, and he's fouled on this 3-pointer, and it goes! He makes a 3, and he's got a chance at a 4-point play with 12.9 seconds left. Scoreboard is wrong. They gave the wrong team the basket. Carolina is down 5, not 11. What in the world? Somebody at the scorer's table got a little excited there and converted the play the wrong way. It's not an 11-point game, right? It's a 5-point game, 77-72. Michi can make it a 4-point game, but with 12.9 seconds left, and now Lamont Paris will call the timeout. So here's the question. Are you at a point where you have to miss this one on purpose to try and get an offensive rebound and get yourself more than just 1 point this late in the contest?
I'm sure they're talking about that. 12 seconds, 14 seconds ago, you're down 5. You're at the line. What do you do?
And the one thing we don't have, and I can look at the live stats, Gamecocks are out of timeouts now, too. That's the last timeout. So you got to put your whole plan in place here for the last 13 seconds. First off, here's what we're going to do right now. Are we going to make the free throw and cut this thing to 4 and then try and steal the inbounds pass? Considering the dominance Butler's had on the glass, I don't know that banking on offensive rebounds is a high percentage play, but there are no high percentage plays with 13 seconds left down 5. Butler will put their 2 largest guys, Drayton Jones and Michael Ajayi, in the low spots at the line to screen out and try and grab a rebound if it is a miss for Michi. He does miss it on purpose, and the rebound belongs to Butler, and the Gamecocks have to foul with 9.9 seconds left.
Well, that was the decision. It wasn't a bad one, just didn't work out.
Sheriff Jumps whistled for it. And 2 free throws coming up for Jamie Kaiser, who missed a pair his last time there. Kaiser's first is good. 6-point game, 9.9 seconds left. Second shot makes as well, and that might do it. Makes it a 3-possession contest. And the Gamecocks were trying to roll the ball up court. And I guess what? Nobody touched it? They'd stopped play. The clock was running. The clock got to 7.6. Should that go back to 9.9?
Yeah, it does.
It does. That's what we thought. Nobody had touched the ball yet. Carolina was letting it be rolled up court. And now they have to inbound again, and here comes Beachy to the three-point arc. He'll drive to the rim. Up and under reverse, won't go. Rebound to Ajayi. He kicks it out to Bizjack, and that'll do it. Gamecocks suffer their first loss of the season, 79-72. They fall to the Butler Bulldogs, who improved to 4-1. Gamecocks continue play here in the Greenbrier tip-off on Sunday. Two teams go through the handshake line, and we take you to break with the Carolina Ford Dealers Locker Room Report coming up next after this message from the Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Trapped on the corner, kicks it out to a Simeon. Top of the key, Michi from 30 feet. Bingo!
Hey, Gamecock fans. It's your men's basketball coach, Lamont Paris, and I want to encourage you to fly local. From takeoff to tip-off, the team and I are proud to support our hometown airport. With 10 nonstop destinations, CAE makes it easy to get where you're going. For more information about the official airport of the Gamecocks and a full list of nonstop destinations, visit flycae.com.
This is Joyce Edwards for Terminix Service. On the court, we celebrate the best player of the game. But at home, you need a slam